And we are live. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Kevin.
Hey,
Hello.
Kristen. Hey, Kevin.
Kristen. Hey, Kevin.
Hello,
Hey,
Tim.
How's everybody doing? Are we having fun today?
Are we there yet?
I don't know.
I mean, I have all 4 of my kids, so you know how much fun's been going on here.
Pin in the link. So it should be going up there here in a sec.
It went up.
Wow, I actually got the notification before 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, I just got
must
it.
be getting with it
Awesome.
today. But no,
So that means YouTube wanted me here.
I just figured, what the hell, might as well throw together a live, hang out, and BS for a little bit. Hello, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick.
Hi, Patrick. Can you hear this fan?
Nope.
Okay, it's really loud. It's one of those big floor fans.
Nope.
But I didn't. That's good that you can't hear. That means it's not messing with the feed.
I have my fan very close by, so I can only hear it.
Be right back, guys.
Okay. But I said, I didn't have anything going on, and I wasn't really feeling like an auction. There's only a couple going on that I have on my subscription list. So I was like, yeah, let's see what's going on. Maybe somebody wants to hang out and do a little BSing, or maybe they went out and found something interesting or got something going on. Might want to share anything. I know Patrick was doing the that thing in Cincy, the reseller rally thing over the weekend. Ooh, Kristen bought a car today.
I'm jealous.
Hey, Pearl.
My chat's not working, so hi, everyone.
Your chat's not working.
It looks like whatever. It'll work in a minute. It just takes a second to catch up sometimes.
Oh, and there you are. You must be at work, Mark.
That's funny, Patrick. I don't even know which one that was. That might be a little scary.
That might be one of your morning talk shows or something. Who knows?
I didn't start that until November.
Oh, was it that late?
Yeah, like late October, early November, something like that.
Maybe one of the auctions?
Or I don't know. It could have been one of the Buy It Now videos too. I don't know. I've done a few different things.
Ooh, what are we fixing, Kristen? You know I'm all about the food. Y'all can talk about food all the time for me. I don't mind.
Oh, geez. I'm going to have to go get food. I haven't eaten today.
It bothers Cody, and I understand why, but she's not here. Unless she's lurking in the background.
She's probably sleeping.
No, she's awake.
Oh, is she awake?
Yeah, she is dealing with the landlord.
Gotcha.
Polish sausage and mac and cheese. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. I can see a little bit now. I can see like every other comment.
Well, that's better than none at all.
No, a minute ago when I looked, all I could see was people's names. So, I mean, we're moving up here.
So presumptuous, my hot mess.
Are you using words I don't know again?
Yes.
The Grippos review.
Presumptuous is kind of the same thing as assuming.
Okay, gotcha. I don't assume. I have theories.
Oh, okay. That was the cutest piece of bullshit I have heard in a long time.
Oh, gosh. Well, most of the time I do catch myself when I'm assuming. I'm like, no, you shouldn't do that. So, I mean, but still. And earlier you said you were going to crash. So I thought you were sleeping.
Yeah, I tried.
Patrick, I really enjoyed the Grippos review, honestly.
What happened? Oh, Gripples. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Pearl. Hi, Wendy. Wendy. Why isn't Wendy on the panel? Hi, Kitty. Hi, Patrick.
Just got here.
So did I, and I'm here. Hello.
You know, I don't force the Wendy.
Wendy, come on. Come on. You can do it. Why am I the only one with my camera on?
Because I never turn my camera on.
None of us turned our cameras on. Hey,
Half the time
TG.
my camera don't even freaking work. I can't even see the chat. And you want me to turn my camera on? What the fuck?
Hi, TG. I know I was not talking to you because you never turn your camera on anyway, but
I
hello.
know.
Hello, Miss
I'm
Tina.
feeling
Maybe
it.
she's having a bad
Tina.
hair day.
Tina.
I mean, maybe she might be having a bad. I'm having a bad hair day. I didn't even brush my hair. I took a shower and it's just here.
Every day is a bad hair day for me. Hello.
Told you, I ain't feeling it. Sorry.
Y'all a bunch of lightweights. You set up a fucking BS session and then you're full of BS. What the fuck?
Well, exactly.
Hi, toilet girl.
3 letters. KMA.
Mark the spot, baby.
Pick it.
Oh,
I'm not
I was
picking
like,
your
what
ass
does
for
that
you.
mean? I got it now. It took me a second.
Hello,
I'm like,
Cody.
KMA. What does that mean?
Hi, Willow.
Kiss my ass.
Oh my goodness.
Now, normally I would say mark the spot, you're all ass, but I don't want to say that to Tina, so that's why I just said mark it. And she said pick it, and I'm not picking your ass, so no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
She got my name right. Yay, toilet girl.
See, that wouldn't work for me. Because mine's more like KMPWFA.
Gesundheit.
Kiss my pasty
Right.
white flabby ass. Just saying.
Well, not all of us have to be so graphic, Willow.
Well, you know.
Well, my rent is paid, and I talked to him about putting a ramp in the for the entryway.
Yeah.
He said they could probably do that. They'll have to take the storm door off the house because the
That's how we
storm
should
door
do
goes
that anyway, so it's easy. So it's easier for you.
dogs.
True. But it would be easier for you to get around if you didn't have it there.
Yeah, well, the storm door didn't bother me. It's the dogs getting out when I'm trying to do something, like give my neighbor money to go to the store, and the dogs charge out. I got no door to grab, you know, because the main door is behind me. So we're gonna have to come up with some kind of barrier in the entryway, like a gate or something that they can't get through.
It can be done. You just put a little ramp on the inside. You put a little ramp on the outside.
And the inside door, he was like, well, I don't think we can do anything on the inside. I'm like, it's supposed to be flush, like, you know, and then he was talking about, well, maybe they could take the threshold itself off, like the bottom part, and do something smooth over that. And I'm like, He's making it much more complicated than it has to be. It just has to be ramps that are even with the top of the thing. Now, the storm door is a problem because the storm door, the bottom of the storm door is below the lip. So, like the door jamb comes down like this and the storm door closes like that. So, storm door will be a problem, but the inside shouldn't be because the front door closes over, like on top of the door jamb. So if he makes something that's just little, well done, Patrick. Well done.
Well, I can say that's one thing that my ass cheeks are good. I don't get zits there or nothing.
Kristen, he's not going to cut the bottom off the storm door. Do you know how annoying that is? That thing's full of, well, it's just sheet metal. It's
storm doors
can
be shortened to accommodate a new threshold. They're made that way.
Yeah, he's not going to.
Because I've done it.
He's not going to. Now, if I'm able to talk, see, it was hard because my son finally came home, but he was in the bathroom. So his dog kept trying to get out. And so I'm trying to talk to the landlord and trying to control Rogue. And I'm like, ugh. And it's very difficult to talk to somebody about what needs to be done and get them to understand what you're saying when there's a dog barking her ass off in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So. Mm-hmm.
I do have some good news.
What's that?
Well, the last box from Fucktard is in my sister's trunk. Because she grabbed the mail on her way to work and she didn't have time to bring it back to the house. So
Yeah.
I will be opening that on your live tomorrow.
Okay.
If I can get up.
Yay.
So yeah,
Cool.
you get that.
Cool.
Unless we want to do an impromptu live at, midnight.
I'm game for that.
I will be dead asleep. Sorry.
She will be.
I'm just saying that was the only other option.
And I will probably be asleep too because I didn't take a nap because I was going to. And then I got a phone call from my landlord saying he's in town and wanted to come by and pay. He asked me if I had the rent ready. Dude, I texted you 4 days ago and told you I had the rent.
I have no
Patrick,
idea, Patrick.
Patrick, never ask that question because someone might answer you. So I'm like, yeah.
Between Patrick and Kitty, it is crazy. Hello.
Yeah, they're a little ass obsessed. I'm surprised Toilet Girl's not in on that. You're slacking, TG. What's up? So then the landlord tells me he'll text me in about an hour. Like he'll give me 10, 15 minutes warning so I can get in the wheelchair and get up to the door. I said, okay. An hour and a half, almost 2 hours later, he finally texts, says I'll be there in 5 to 10 minutes. I already had my shoe on. So I got into the wheelchair and got out the door and just opened my front door and he was pulling up out front. That wasn't even 3 minutes. I'm like, really? My landlord does not know how to tell time.
Sounds like it.
TG!
Hey, I didn't do anything.
TG.
Girl, we cannot even be friends anymore.
No. You can do the hotness thing, you can do the badass thing, you can do the ninja thing, but you cannot do the baby girl thing. We've discussed this.
Or you can do the not talking to me thing. That works for me too.
Oh, she took it out, she retracted it.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I don't play. Like, I'm serious when I say, don't call me pet names. There's some people that can get by with it. Other people cannot. I won't respond to it.
Yeah, because see, I can call my baby girl, but you cannot call my baby girl because she'll get pissed off at you. And she like roundhouse baby girl your face.
Something like that.
Yeah. We don't call her ninja for nothing, you know. No, seriously, she doesn't like that. Don't do that. Don't make me time you out. Get a Post-it, TJ, and put it on the computer so you don't forget. Oops. Yeah, okay. Hi, Ted. Your whole
whole
day's been a
damn
BS.
day's been a BS session?
Mine too.
Hey, Silver. Hey, Pearl. Hey, Mark.
I can't see the chat again. So hi everyone that just came in again. Like I freaking A.
Ted just came in.
Do I know who Ted is?
Back by
Mimikyu.
Silver. Mimikyu.
Mimikyu, backed by Silver.
Oh, I've
Yes,
seen
you know.
him around.
Yeah.
Hello.
You know
Good
Ted.
insight.
Mimikyu. It's not difficult to say. Just sound it out.
I don't always know people by their actual names.
Honest to God, I really don't know if Ted is his name.
Yeah, I don't either. We just call him Ted.
We call him Ted
Okay.
from the Hoofer Ted or Hoofarted name.
Patrick.
Patrick, if you're stuck on an ass, you got a problem.
Unless he's an ass man, then, you know, it makes sense.
It might not be a problem.
Yeah. Oh, Patrick, I have things to show you guys next time you do a late night talk. When's your next one?
That sounded a bit kinky, just so you know. Because you're like,
This is
ooh,
how
Patrick.
This is how rumors start. Ooh, Patrick.
Isn't there enough of those going on?
No, there are none about me. Come on.
Okay, just leave me out of it because there's enough about me.
Yeah, there is.
Just saying. Ugh.
Oh, goodness.
Patrick, when are you doing your next late night one? Late night talk. Tell me. Type faster.
We embarrassed him, Cody. We can't.
There is no embarrassing Patrick.
I don't really know him. Like I was on the panel with him
He
and
says,
on
I don't
City
know.
and Kim's, but
Patrick. Men. Boy,
And they say we're indecisive. Hello?
right?
you know when my next live is?
Never.
Right.
See, I'm
no
good.
thanks.
I could wait till Sunday to show off stuff to you guys. Hey,
Patrick,
Kim.
can you drop the link to your channel so I can make sure you're subbed?
Tim with the Universal.
I'm trying to look it up and I keep getting a country artist.
Flipping somebody
Hi,
off.
Joyce.
Hey, Joyce.
Hi,
Hey,
Joyce. See, everybody
Everybody
else
gets
gets
a
a
hand up
hand.
except for Toilet Girl. She gets
Toilet
a
Girl
crap.
gets a toilet. That's so funny. You're still getting your feet wet. Well, Patrick, jump into the pool. Okay? Just jump in.
Yeah, no more kiddie pool. Dive right in. Deep in. Hello.
Boy.
Yeah, and they're selling floaties all over YouTube. So if you need those, you know, you can get them in bulk.
I found my box that I got from somebody who was sending me certain things that I mentioned, that I said I would try and find.
No,
Well,
no
that went over
downloading. All
my
you gotta do
head.
is just click the link.
I never get to show off my stuff. I missed Wendy's comment. Well, Wendy,
Hello,
you're not in the
Wendy.
chat. You're not on the panel, Wendy, so I was ignoring you.
Scrolling back, I'm not seeing a Wendy comment.
God, Wendy, how long ago was it?
Yeah, really.
I got nothing, Wendy.
Rainbow hearts. That's the only thing I see is, and I will be on soon.
Oh.
Southeast.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think I am subbed in, but I'm not sure.
What was that? Like when I first got here, Wendy? Damn. Speak up sooner.
Hold still, chat. There we go.
Your boring stuff. Yes, Patrick, your stuff is so boring.
Oh, no, I am not.
He has 19 now, Silver.
Make that 20.
Oops. Close the chat. Son of a bitch.
Oh, like that 21 he has now.
Can one of you put that in the private chat so I can actually click the link? It might kick me out, but still, if I don't do it now, I won't do it after this.
Hi, Papa Smart.
Hey,
Hey,
Papa
Papa.
Smurf.
Hey, Jay. How is Jay today?
I got
He's been hanging out.
stickers. Stickers. Patrick, look.
Ooh.
See, he's not on the panel, so I can't tell if he's looking. I
Thank
got
you,
sticker.
Patrick.
And I got this sticker.
All right.
Hold on. I'm going to put that where we can see the stickers.
Sticker.
I see tits and a lot of hair.
Yeah, that would be Lady Death.
Yes, I know.
And bam.
Okay, tip it down.
I'm trying.
There you go.
I have a Scott.
Okay, I like
Have
that.
a psychotic day.
Yep. That's a psychotic smiley. That's from Evil Ernie. That's not from Lady Death. But Lady Death started on Evil Ernie, so it still counts. And I'll show one other thing. And the rest is all going to wait until Patrick does his, does another live. My Lady Death lighter. I really wish it was a Zippo, but it is not. But it is official merchandise because it's still got the little sticker on the back.
So apparently they just didn't official with Zippo.
Yeah.
Cheap bastards.
And it's Chaos. This is from when they were still Chaos, before they were Coffin Comics. So that's all you get to see. You get to wait for the rest.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mark.
I know, but you don't tell me and start yelling, get me off, I'm too big.
Damn
Yeah,
it. I
make me
keep hitting
small.
wrong buttons today.
Snickers are fun to put on unsuspecting people's things, honey? Or stickers? I mean, Snickers are fun to give to people with, that are unsuspecting.
And you know what's funny? This box actually
Because
says
people get hangry.
this is a Fresh Step box that he shipped it in, and it's got a picture of a cat. It's upside down, but it's got a picture of a cat in a box,
Uh-huh.
and it says "Cats love boxes."
That they do.
That they do.
And they have a plethora of them in your house.
Yeah, they have a plethora just in my room. It's Cat Utopia with boxes in my room.
I like that
I
word.
saw that, Wendy.
It sounds funny.
Yeah, but Snickers, they're a little too smooth. Babe Ruth's work better. They look more realistic. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Crap.
Exactly, Cody.
No, I got more stuff coming out of the incision site of my leg. And it's not supposed to be, so.
Okay, Wendy, behave. I told you they're Twinkies. I even sent you a picture that proved it.
Fucking banana poops.
I sent it to Victoria, too.
Well, you know what? I volunteer to go squish some minions just to prove my point. See what comes out.
Spider can literally pull a house out its ass. True.
I'll be back. I need more coffee.
Wookie.
I didn't know that there was a spider big enough that a house would fit up its ass. If
Yeah,
there
it's
is
called
one, I
webbing.
don't want to meet it.
It's called
It's
webbing.
its own house it can pull.
You know, on Harry Potter, yeah, maybe, but even that would be pushing it.
Any spider can do it. It's called a web.
That's right.
Yeah, but a web's not a house. It might be a home.
It's
but
the
it's not a
spider's house. It's the spider's house.
Well, especially those that, are the ones that, do the whole thing.
The funnel spiders.
Yeah.
Mm.
The tunnels and what, yeah. Those are the creepy ones.
No, the creepy ones are the hatch door spiders. The trapdoor spiders.
Yeah.
Because you don't know they're there. And all
Oh,
of a
you know
sudden,
you're there.
a little piece of ground just flips up and they grab it and zoom, they're gone.
Right?
We had one in our backyard. It kept flipping up its little hatch and jumping out and, looking all alarming and everything.
Creepy dudes
Okay, Wendy.
on the panel with her crew.
Yeah, with her crew. Now it's fucking your crew? What the fuck? How come I never get a crew? I'm getting left out. You've never heard of what? Trapdoor spiders? Oh yeah, they're a type of tarantula.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're ground dwellers.
I'll
Yep.
say, and Pearl, you being in a desert area, I'm surprised.
I don't know. We had something like that in our backyard, and he'd jump out of his little ground. He had a little hatch on it. He'd pop that thing open and jump out and look all scary. And I'd just stop and look at him because he was right along a walk path.
Really? My dog is laying on her side on my bed with her head on my pillow, and she just kind of picks up her head and goes, "Boof." That has got to be the laziest fucking bark I've ever seen in my life. I looked at her and she just looked at me and put her head back down on my pillow. I'm like,
Shell dwellers, Tim.
yeah. Don't get ahead of yourself, Wendy. You're having delusions of grandeur over there.
I hear a mower, so one of the neighbors must be mowing their yard. Bless you.
Thank you.
Onyx said, bless you.
I heard that. And there she goes running. Hi, Onyx. You said
You
her
said that
name.
name.
You're the one who sneezed.
Yeah, but you're the one that said Onyx. You said Onyx says
Thank
bless
you.
you. Here she comes.
Well, Pearl, you got to go and you got to gang up on somebody, see? And then you get a crew, as long as you do it with other people. That's what you got to do, because that's what Tina did.
Yeah, and how I managed to get the crew, I don't know. Other than the fact that I spoke out first.
Her and her crew were ganging up on Fluffy. Yep.
Go figure.
Go figure.
Yes, and we will find out whether or not my last box is complete tomorrow on Cody's Life. Because the box is currently sitting in my sister's trunk of her car.
I'm going to bet no.
We'll find out.
See, I told you to wake and bake this morning, but you didn't listen.
At least it finally came.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Because I've had several packages come over the past, few
Tim,
days since I got the last one.
Cat, get off my leg before you make me bleed. Fuck. My leg is all tore up from them crawling across it and missing and being unbalanced and
What you
bad
laughing
enough,
at, Mark?
bad enough I'm unbalanced. The cats are too now. Damn.
Wake and bake. Yeah, that's what I told him. He had a headache and wasn't feeling good this morning. I told him to wake and bake.
Yeah.
Shake it off.
There's no shaking it off.
It was a play on words, to shake and bake. Shake it off.
Hello, Clarice.
Beastman.
I said, do you want to say hi to Cody? And he walked over here and he's like, like he's getting ready.
He's so cute. Beastman.
You should have seen him like 2 seconds before that. He was doing a happy dance because his banana tree has another leaf on it.
Fucking bananas, man.
Between
Bad
the Beastman and the 4-year-old, I absolutely adore it.
Could you imagine living here? That's how I lost weight, laughing my ass off at him.
He literally laughed your ass off. Aw, I love you too, TG. Thank you. Wait, what are you doing that you have to say that?
Yeah, I was gonna say. That's almost like asking forgiveness before she does something.
Wendy! That's like my son coming up and going, Mom, I love you. And I'm like, what do you want?
Wendy, that's twice that I've seen.
Yeah, she doesn't want us to tease her about phallic things, but yet she keeps dropping the chat.
That's not why she's putting bananas in the chat.
No.
Wendy's being bad.
Gee, do I still have that picture? What did I do with it?
Oh, wrong person. Sorry, TG. Chat moved.
So Wendy just says sex. Okay. Are you offering? How did TG lose her wrench?
Chat moved.
Oh. Bling, 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 bling. CTG, you better behave.
She's lucky she had a wrench call me baby girl. Like,
Yeah.
those are fighting words.
Willow.
That's my favorite one.
That I don't think some people realize how serious I am when I say that.
That's right. I was actually going to time around until I remembered it was my channel.
And why do you think I'm fucking doing it? It's like, ooh, Mo's channel. You gotta admit it.
This is all effective retroactively on my channel, so tomorrow y'all are fucked. Just saying. Yes, Kristen, it was.
I wouldn't threaten me or I won't open the box.
Okay, don't.
Okay, well, I'll open it when Sis gets home tonight then.
Okay. But you can't claim that something
I
wasn't.
think you just need to make a memo, like Cody said. Do not call Amy anything other than her name.
Yeah. You won't be able to claim that something wasn't in the box if you don't do it on live opening it.
Yeah,
because he'll just
pretty much guarantee
just,
there's going to be something not in the box anyways, so it's kind of pointless.
Because he'll just say that you took it out and said it wasn't there.
Yeah.
Do not open it until.
Look, Wendy's
like
not.
He's going to rectify any of that? Seriously?
He's not. I actually emailed Auctions for Stooges and was telling them stuff. I said, I know it's not going to get fixed, but this is what happened because you're always saying to email you. So I did. I haven't heard shit back, so whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's because if he has access to it, he probably deleted it.
Probably.
You see, that's why whenever I emailed stuff to people, I always sent it to multiple emails. That way I know that it was verified that I sent it to there as well.
I mean, all they have to do is
Only the
forward
fact
it.
that it's in my sent email.
All I have to do is forward it, and the original send date is on there, and who I sent it to.
Mm-hmm.
So, hi, Wendy.
Hi, my cutie bear. I am it. I will. I'm not.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
I'm not being on camera anymore. Fuck y'all.
You already know I'm not turning my. I'm not gonna try it right now, but maybe like later in the back I'll try it again. because I did mess with some settings. But yeah, it's okay if you guys all see me a mess. I'm just not gonna put it out there.
I'm always a mess, so.
I just don't feel like it. Sorry, y'all.
Hi, Wendy. Okay, Patrick. Have a
Catch
good
you later,
night.
Patrick.
Enjoy your family time.
I have about 10 minutes and then I have to go in because we're another home project. God help me.
Patrick.
What projects are we working on today, Amy?
We are ripping the carpet out of the basement.
Oh, that sounds like fun, Mott.
Have you seen the basement?
I have.
There's
Probably.
4. How many? There's 5 couch or 2 love seats and 3 couches, but holy shit. That's not all of it. That's just that. There's like 5 or 6 more big pieces of furniture.
Bye, Patrick. Have a good day, hon.
It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be Superwoman by the time I'm done here.
Yeah, I've done all
See,
that shit before.
I think this is why Dad taught me at a young age how to do some of this stuff. That way, when I'm older, I don't actually have to ask him how to do it. I can just go on one end, he goes on the other, and we just get it done.
Yeah.
As
And
long as you're not.
we're gonna do it because if the kids help us, all we're gonna hear is, "Why do I have to? This stinks." Of course, it stinks. It's a carpet that I don't even know how long it's been down there.
As long as no one lets Amy near a nail gun, everybody should be fine.
Yep.
Right? Nothing that thinks nope. Mm-mm.
Don't let her have any carpet tacks either. Good God.
No, I see. With it being the basement, we don't have any of that stuff. It was all just like laid out and cut to fit because there's nothing to nail it down to. It's concrete.
I got carpet tacks stuck to the bottom of my foot once. That fucking hurt.
Oh, I bet.
I stepped on the entire package. I had like 4 of them stuck in my heel, and the package was stuck to my foot.
Yeah, having nails of any kind stuck to your foot does not feel good.
Yeah, it is possible to put floor tack on concrete, but you have to have a concrete drill, and you want to use the synthetic floor tack instead of the wood because the wood will swell and the nails will come out and migrate.
That seems like too much damn work.
Exactly, and that's why a lot of people don't do it. But if you don't want ripples in the carpet, then
for a basement, that the only time they see it is when they go to do laundry or to go yell at not really yell at him, but go down to talk to him or whatever, because you have to walk through the basement to get to his room. But other than that, there's 2 different areas. We could play video games or we could watch TV and nobody does it. We used to. When we first moved in here, they didn't even use the living room as a living room. There was no TV in there. It was set up like a sitting area, but we didn't hang out in there. We hung out downstairs. That's like we had a kitchen table down there we played games on, and we had it's like the living room set up, family room, whatever it's called, and we'd watch movies and stuff and TV. But I don't know. I think when they got older, the stairs were a little too hard on them.
Are they going to repurpose it, or are they just pulling the carpet up to get rid of the stink?
I don't think they're gonna do anything with it right now, since we're all supposed to go on a trip anyway. That I'll talk about that later too. But I don't think they're gonna redo anything right now because that's like a big project right before we leave. Because we leave in a month. It takes, you guys know how long it took for the flooring.
Yeah.
It's craziness.
It takes a while if you're just doing it, on weekends or whatever, and you don't have.
It's hard for him to do it through the week. Like my dad gets up at 3:30 in the morning to go to work.
Yeah.
So by the time he gets home,
I'm just getting the notification, Tina, that you're going live in 30 minutes.
Are you kidding?
No, I just got it.
Wow.
That's kind of funny.
Oh, and by the way, you're live now.
Oh wow.
That happens to me every once in a while. It's insane.
It's like I just got a clusterfuck, and you notice there was no sound.
No, there was not.
Yeah, I just got like a cluster of like 4 different notifications. I'm like, okay. Like, whatever.
Well, good thing I automatically send you these notifications.
I know, right? Ugh.
Yeah.
So I went in to get coffee, right? I come out and I forgot the chair that I'm sitting in is higher than the ones I'm used to sitting in, and I almost missed it.
Okay then.
It took me a minute to come back because I couldn't stop laughing the fact that I almost busted my ass just because I wasn't paying attention. Imagine that. Well, my dad put a cushion on it and it made it like 3 inches higher.
So did you get a ladder so you could sit on your chair again?
So what he did is he made
I
it
kind of
tall
just
for him, right?
stand on my tippy toes and like scoop myself on it. And then one of those little wooden tables because I can't reach the freaking ground. Like my feet are 6 inches off the damn ground. So I
She's
have this
sitting
little
there
table
kicking her
that's sitting
legs
there.
like kids do when they're bored.
I
Well, she
can't do
does
that
that to
anymore
Nora.
because of my sciatic nerve. I can't sit like that. I have to have my feet on something. So
But she used to
I
do
use
that
this
on
little
regular
table.
chairs, Tina.
I can't reach the floor in a regular kitchen chair. I sit in my mom's Expedition and I can't reach the floor either. I kind of wonder how she drives it because she's shorter than I am. It's bad. I'm short. I can't help it. That's why I used to wear I don't know what they're called. The
The
shoes
thick
with the really
wedges?
thick soles.
The wedges, the wedge shoes.
No, I was not. They were like tennis shoes, but they had like the really thick soles. Like the Spice Girls wore them.
Platform shoes.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. I couldn't
You're
think of the
welcome.
word. I'm
My
like,
daughter,
they made me
Kayla,
like 6. They made me like 6 inches taller than what I am. I liked them.
my daughter
Felt like
Kayla
I
was
was big.
obsessed with the Spice Girls.
No.
Obsessed.
I wasn't
I left
obsessed.
my phone in the
I listened to
wheelchair and
them,
it's
but
too far for me to reach. That hurt. Someone can get my phone for me. Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Cody said, "Damn it!" And I swear this bird over here laughed. It sounded like a laugh. That's funny.
I got it. Now I can't get up.
Pearl, I go in and most of the time I just lurk. I don't do much else. I just lurk mostly if I go in. There's so many pretties and we only have so many dollars.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What the hell?
And then, God, it sounds like somebody's in a submarine.
No, that's my messenger, my phone, but it's not showing me that I'm getting anything. It's just weird. Oh, I got an update from Galaxy Store. Like, I don't give a fuck about Galaxy Store. Go away. I don't play Fortnite. Fuck off.
Yep, exactly. I get the same kind of notifications. Why would I care?
Well, I was hoping my son would be done with what he was doing because everybody in my room needs water. Oh, he did see the message. Okay. Can't answer it, but he saw it. Oh, look, he saw it 20 minutes ago. Yay.
Oh, my husband and his dad jokes. Him and Dan need to get together.
I don't know, Tim. Ask one that's squished on the sidewalk and see what they say. We'll see how well that home insurance went. Yeah, I burn out here and there too, Pearl. I'm not so much burnt on jewelry. I've just got such a backlog of pieces that I need to rework and deconstruct to harvest materials, that kind of thing. And there's a lot of Tupperware going on right now, so I've been hitting that because I've been needing to replenish my Tupperware for some time, and I haven't been able to do auctions and yard sales and stuff to find it. So I've been getting some pretty good deals on that. So that's kind of where my money's been being focused the past couple of weeks, 3 weeks.
All right, ladies. I have to go.
Bye, my hotness.
I love it how
Night,
Cody
Amy.
and Wendy
Bye,
both
Amy.
went off mute at the same time. That was great.
Have,
What if
have
I
fun.
take a break? If I take a break, when I take a break, if you're still on, I'll come back on.
All right, hon.
Okay.
Right,
Have
bye.
fun. Stay
Bye,
safe. And no
Amy.
nail guns.
No nail guns. I promise. I swear on everything, I will not touch the damn nail gun because that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, she's scary with a nail gun. I've always loved jewelry. I've made jewelry since I was a kid. I've bead weaved since I was preteen or teen, early teen. Um, so that's, kind of my jam. But yeah, even I get burnt out every once in a while and just need a break and just catch up on my projects, from accumulation.
For me, it's just frustrating because I go into jewelry auctions and I want to get stuff and I can't.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, I mean, I want to be supportive and be like, hey, and, talk to people, but the torture factor, it's like, why do I do this to myself,
If I really want to, I can go online and I can go to shops and stores and I can look at stones and I can look at jewelry, etc. And if I really want a piece of a stone or some, a string of stones or beads or whatever, I will I'll purchase it there. Unless I'm actually at an auction, for a benefit, that I feel that I want to make a purchase for, then I will purchase then. So, other than that, no. But even
My
now,
son-
I'm leery, super leery, unless I truly know who and what I'm buying from and for.
Yeah, I've kind of ran the gamut on jewelry sellers, and yeah, there's some I buy from, there's some I don't because of packaging, quality, that kind of thing. There's not a lot in that I really need at this time. I'm kind of good to go. The last thing I really needed was unique cabochons, and I caught cabochons where they were selling them just as cabochons, super cheap. Like the ceramic and the resin ones.
Don't remind me.
Few gemstone ones. And yeah, I loaded up there. I got my 15-aught Delica bead order put in and got those, and otherwise gemstone beads and glass beads and even, the plastics, vintage plastics and resins and all that kind of stuff. I'm pretty good on. I've got a pretty big stash. So it's just getting my craft room set up so that I can get to work, because I was in the middle of like redoing it when my back blew.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of a clusterfuck in there right now. But I'm slowly getting there. The next step is I got to move the desk into the dining room, which is going to be converted into an office. And that will free up the space that I need to move a dresser, or it's a chest of drawers actually, out of my bedroom. Then I can finish my bedroom and finish getting the desk set up or the office set up because I got to do like a partition wall and build, a proper desk. Right now, I'm just going to move the existing thing, which actually came out of the kitchen when we moved here. I moved it in for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to move it around and go ahead and just use it as a desk again for a while until I can get lumber and what have you to build a horseshoe desk that I want to build. And put that partition. It's not a full wall. It's not going to go all the way to the ceiling. It's only a half.
Yeah.
Basically just kind of a separation.
Yeah, it's going to be like a pony wall.
Yeah. Put a nice piece of oak or something like that, and route it and make a nice top for it. Where I can set, a couple plants. And then on the opposite side from the desk, I'm going to put a shallow, little shadow box wall shelf thing.
Yeah.
And I've got a collection of colored glass bottles, and those are going to be displayed there, I think, unless I can do the open one that I want to do that would separate the entryway from basically the walkway heading into my craft room and back into the other half of the house.
Yeah.
And do the glass bottles there where the light would catch it coming out of the patio, because there's still a patio door in the dining room, which I want to remove and put a regular door and a window and just get rid of the patio door because it doesn't work. There's no deck on the other side of it.
Yeah.
There's just, about a 3.5 foot drop to the ground. I still want some type of door there, because if I do a regular door with like a screen door, then I can open it and have that cross breeze. And, prop the inside door open, to still have the light. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty dark over there.
Hey, Tina.
Yeah, honey?
I have to go lay down. Well, I have to lay down. I'm not going anywhere, but I have to lay down.
Okay.
Because my stomach is all tore up.
Not a problem.
And I'm very, very tired. And I do not
Get
want
you
to fall
some
asleep.
rest.
I do not want to fall asleep sitting up. I hate that. So.
Oh, come on. You don't want to hear us? Don't want us to hear you snoring on here again?
No. And even if I was muted, it's very uncomfortable to do that. So I would rather avoid it if I could.
Okay, honey.
I love you guys.
Later. Love you.
And
Nice, honey.
everybody better behave in the chat. Talking to you, Tim.
Get
I
you
love
some
you, Tim.
rest, hon.
Thank you. I'm gonna try anyway. I love you guys. Bye.
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 Listen, once you get around to getting her done, it's going to turn out just fine. It's going to be
Yeah,
what you
it's
want.
just getting it there.
Right now, you're trying to get your curtains did so
Yeah.
that you're not baking in the living room with the heat from the summer sun.
Yeah, I've got darker curtains on my bedroom, and it helped a lot. So that's why I'm doing darker ones here. I've got the shears, so I can open, the inside curtains, if I want to let some light in, but it's got to be dimmer with this eye. So I changed the shears from a cream to a blue, which makes it more muted, and my eye tolerates that. But yeah, I just need insulated curtains to keep that heat out in the summer and keep the cold out in the winter. And so that's what I'm making is insulated curtains. The one I've tacked the fabric layers together and I've got the side seams done and I'm about ready to do side seams on the other. Then I can I'm gonna do straight stitch rows on the layers of fabric to put the two together. I'm gonna do like a crosshatch, you know, in matching color to the base of the curtains, and then I can do the tops and sew those seams, and then cut out and put the grommets in, and then hang them up and pin for the hem, the bottom hem, and get the hem done, and they are done. The curtain rod is already up. I replaced that, I don't know, it was a few weeks ago. It was with my last injection.
Yeah.
That I got up there, replaced the curtain rod because I had to change it out because the one that we had wasn't going to work for this. And changed those shears out to the darker shears so that my eyes was in a better place because I was having to hang like a sheet. It's actually a curtain that goes on a bookshelf in my bedroom when I get it up, when I'm able to finish it in there. We were using that to cover, to block that light because of the eye. But I don't need that now with the darker shears. And the shears match a color. The curtains themselves are kind of a tan color, kind of a sheeny, but not overly sheeny fabric. But they have little connection points in the stitching, and then there's just a little bit of Chanel in 2 different shades of blue that's done like just a little square, and the shears match one of those colors. So it worked out perfectly because I've had these shears. I bought these when we first moved in here at the thrift store. And I rehemmed those and then got those hung up. So it's just getting the curtains done. And I've got the grommets, the great big grommets and everything for them. I salvaged a couple of, the rods that you have on window blinds.
Mm-hmm.
I salvaged a couple of those rods, and I'm going to attach a loop that I can put one of those on each one. That way, if I'm in a wheelchair, I can grab that rod and open my curtains. So while I'm making them fully handicap accessible. So if I'm gonna go there, I might as well do it right.
Yeah. Girl, I don't know. Tim likes to throw out the emojis too. He really does.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I can try pulling up Nana Teague's auction and watch it muted, but I don't know.
yeah.
We'll see if my
Nana
computer
usually does
tolerates
have
it.
a lot of nice stuff. She does.
Yeah, I got some Tupperware from her. I don't know what, a week or two ago. I think maybe it was last week.
I say the only thing that I would need, honestly, for in the realm of Tupperware, would be a butter dish.
Yeah, you don't find those very often. You're usually finding the Velveeta. But yeah, finding the Tupperware butter dishes is like pulling teeth. It's like trying to find the salt and pepper shakers.
Right? Those are harder than heck to find. Especially the old hourglass shaped ones. My grandma.
Well, it hasn't booted me yet. If I disappear, you'll know that it's because the auction's to see my computer off. But I'll watch it muted because I do like buying from the girls. But you gotta be getting that package from Nana Tink from the last one here pretty soon. I'm pretty sure I already got ship notification. I don't remember now.
Say you should have gotten a package or be getting a package from Crochet from that I bought.
Oh, really? Cool.
Uh-huh.
It ain't anything kinky, is it?
No.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think you did the late night auctions, but hey, you never know.
Oh heavens no! My happy butthole is in bed to sleep. I love sleep. Sleep is my bestest friend. Of all my friends, sleep is the best.
Well, that's nice, Pearl.
Yeah. I bought it on the 23rd of May.
Well, I know I got a box from her. I think it was earlier than that. It was stuff that I had bought before she got sick, and it got put on hold shipping, because of her health. And she got it sent out.
This was after her aunt passed away, and it was the auction for Rhonda.
Okay. Oh, that sucks, Pearl.
It was the jewelry lot.
I may have already got that. Because in the box, there was stuff that I didn't recognize. That was beautiful. I just didn't recognize it. So I may have already got it and just wasn't sure why it was in there.
Yeah, there was a couple of tins. It was tins. With
Yeah, it was
jewelry.
like it was a red and white striped tin.
Yep.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Okay, then I got it. Yeah, there's some beautiful stuff in there. Well, thank you. I thought maybe it was stuff that she throwed in, like as a thank you for being patient. There wasn't a note stating,
Oh. But yeah, that was me.
well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I was a little perplexed, which
Well, now
isn't
you
hard to
know.
do nowadays. But yeah, there's some beautiful stuff. It's hard to replace this stuff back from the 80s, Pearl. I mean, it's kind of random what you find at the auctions. It could be 60s, 70s, 80s to current. If it's current, yeah, don't even bother trying to pay for it because what they get for stuff now, I mean, like $40 for a bowl,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I ain't paying $40 for a bowl. I could eat out 3 times on that, 4 times or more. I'm frugal. It's got to come cheap or I won't go there. I have a price set in my mind when I go to any auction. I don't care what it is. And I'll see the item. I'll have a price set in my mind. And I do comp. I go check it out and comp because I'm not paying $30 for something I can get for 12 free ship on eBay or
Right.
Amazon. I go comp. If I'm not sure of what the value is, I go look. If I know what I'm willing to pay for it and I know what the value is to me, and I already have an idea of what the prices are currently because I do check stuff, waiting to catch a deal on certain things, and yeah, I set a price in my mind, and once or twice I've went over by like $1 or $2, no more than that, because I could tell that whoever I was competing against, it had gotten down to just me and one other person, and say it's like 39, and if you put in like 40 or 41, depending on whether it's $1 or $2 increment, and you throw them over that next, like $10 mark, a lot of times if they're already taking a little too much time to decide, and you do that, that extra $1 or $2 will get you the item. But I've only done that once or twice. More often than not, it ends up going way higher than I'm willing to pay.
Yeah.
What I think the value is of it. I mean, I've seen stuff sell for 40 or 50 bucks at the auctions, and you can go on eBay and get it, for 25 shipped. I'm not paying 40 for it,
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I remember those, Pearl.
The mauve pink. I do. I remember those. I can't remember which family member had them.
Yeah, the mauve pink and the slate blue that they did
Mhm.
a lot. Late
I
80s,
called
early
it, I
90s.
called it the country pink, dusty rose, and country blue.
Yeah, dusty rose slate blue is what I called them. Which I like those colors, and my trailer is a 90s, so the colors in it, the carpet colors, everything is in that realm, you know. Like the carpet in the living room and the main area is just a basic beige, but in the
Hmm.
bedrooms, it's a blue. It's
Yeah.
the kind of a slate blue. Um, there's wallpaper like borders, that were super popular in the 90s.
Oh
Um,
God, yes.
in the living room, um, eventually I'm just gonna paint the living room. I'm just gonna have to paint over the wallpaper because the wallpaper is permanently adhered to sheetrock. It's
Yeah.
the actual skin of the sheetrock,
Yep. Been there, done
and the
that.
sheetrock is only 3/8 instead of half
Yep.
inch thick. Typical mobile home.
Yep.
Um, so I'm just gonna have to paint over it, which they've done. They had done in like my craft room, but I don't like the color in the craft room. It's gray. I'm not into gray walls, so I want to repaint. The living room is still the wallpaper with the border, but there's torn away areas and damaged areas and stuff. And the only way you're going to cover that up is to paint it.
Hmm.
And people are going to have to really look at that point then to find it, because it's super easy to just slap a piece of furniture over it. But but there's areas like my bathroom, depending on how they remodel and all of that. Once that's done, then I'm going to repaint the bathroom. And I'm going to have to pull the vanity because there's some sheetrock that needs replaced. And then I'm going to have to shear off that little bit, 3/8 to a half inch. I'm going to have to shear that off of probably both sides of the countertop to keep it center before I put it back in, because when I replace this one wall, actually two walls of sheetrock, but one's on the back, so that ain't going to make a difference. But the one side, I'm going to have to replace the sheetrock because the whole bottom of it's chewed up. I think that boots, they kept hitting it with their boots coming
Yeah.
around, it just the way it juts out in the walk path, I think they kept whacking it with their boot.
Yeah. Pearl. I attempted back in the early '90s to try to sell Cutco. I was not meant for that.
I don't even know what Cutco is. I've never
Beautiful
heard of that.
knives, and beautiful. Oh, they cut wonderful. They really do. They're right up there with some of the best knives around.
Huh. I've never been able to afford to buy Tupperware new, except like one or two little items. I've always bought used, and then I bring them home, and they go in the sink with concentrated soapy bleach water, and they get bleached out. And I've even been known to fire up my Dremel with a buffer head on it and smooth out any crazing inside or hazing from, because people don't realize most Tupperware can't go in the microwave. And you put it in the microwave, fatty food, and it makes it pit and pop,
Yep.
And I'll take my buffer on my Dremel and smooth that out and get rid of the rough stuff. It doesn't take it away completely, but if it's just a little bit, you can buff that out.
That would be nice, Pearl.
The big one for me for the longest time was how to, because old Tupperware, it can get sticky.
Yeah.
It gets that sticky.
Especially the lids.
Yeah. And it took me a long time to figure it out. And then I found Awesome Cleaner. Awesome Cleaner and dish soap can take that sticky right off. So I'll make soapy Awesome Cleaner water in the sink. and get rid of all the sticky, and then rinse them, and then I drain it and put regular dish soap water in them, and clean them again so that there's no awesome residue, and they're good to go.
Oh, Pearl.
I've never used Effordent for plastic. I've used it for my nails, my fingernails. You take the denture drops, that are kind of plop, plop, fizz, fizz,
Yeah, I know.
and you put those in a little dish, and you can soak your nails, and it takes away any discoloration in the keratin on your nails.
Yeah, it does. I've used peroxide and bleach. I've bleached my nails.
I've never done the bleach except for in the, like dishwater, because I always put a cap full of bleach in dish soap, in a sink of water when I'm washing dishes.
I didn't use bleach for like cleaning. I used hair bleach for like doing your hair.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, peroxide, on my nails. It works like that too.
I've never bought hair bleach in my life, so I didn't even really know that. I mean, I
Cosmetologist.
kind of knew it existed because, a brunette goes blonde, they got to bleach, but I tried one time. I bought a blonde like hair color kit, and I just ended up
You went
looking like a
orange
copper
or
penny.
chicken fat yellow?
Yeah. No, it was copper penny orange-ish.
That's why I said orange or chicken fat yellow. Depends.
But, I waited a couple of weeks, and then I got dark dye because I was like, I can't stand this.
Mm-hmm.
And I never went light again. If I dye my hair at all, it's usually that burgundy color, and I'll do it in the fall. But I haven't done it for several years since, because of the COPD thing, smelling that stuff. If I paint my nails, if I paint my nails, if I do anything with my hair, anything like that, I have to put on a full respirator mask, not just a regular surgical mask like we're having to wear nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm talking a full respirator mask like you use because you're painting a car or something like that. It's a fume. They've got two different kinds. They've got them that's for dust, and they've got them for dust and fume. And I have a dust and fume full respirator that I use when I'm like, spray painting stuff or cutting wood or, anything like that. And I have to put it on to paint my nails or dye my hair. Well, with COPD, it's hard to get the air that you need to begin with. And I wear that thing. It makes my lungs hurt because they have to strain so bad to get air. And my oxygen sats drop. So I haven't bothered with like hair and nail stuff with that because, I'm miserable afterwards. So how can you enjoy the pretty part that comes out of doing that if, you're gasping for air after? It just kind of takes the fun out of it.
Right. Yeah, like with my nails, Pearl, my nails are natural. I don't have any fake nails or anything. Mine are natural. And everybody who ever sees my nails they are like, your nails, they're so long. Right now, they're not. I mean, they are long, but they're usually much longer. And they're like, ooh, your nails, they're so long. How do you do that? How do you work with those? How do you not break them? And I'm like, well, they break occasionally.
Exactly. I have nails just like yours.
And
I just cut my nails. I can't let them grow as long as I used to because they hurt because of the fibro and they feel like I've got bricks hanging out the ends of my fingers because of the joints and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The joint degeneration and the arthritis in my hands.
Yeah.
I just cut my nails, and this is just cut.
Yeah.
This is like working length for me.
Yeah.
I cut my hair too. Can you tell? I put aloe. I use aloe for hair gel. I don't buy hair gel. I use aloe for facial moisturizer and hair gel and all kinds of shit. I don't buy all that other crap because it stinks. Just me. I don't do stinky personal care product.
I've been around hair product and stuff forever and ever. And
well,
then
of course you have.
Cosmetology school, so
Yeah. I mean, I've sold cosmetics when I was young, before I got full on pizza face, and these rings and a patch. I think it's this cheek. Everything's backwards on the camera.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
is
it's
left
this
and
cheek.
left is right.
Right here, I get a dark patch. That came from my pregnancy when I was 17.
Yeah,
I developed these and a patch over here. This is faded right now.
yeah.
And it's been gradually going away over the decades because I was 17 at the time. So, been a long time. But these stayed.
My oldest daughter, got the what they call the pregnancy mask,
Mm-hmm.
and it took forever.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do, Kevin.
That's basically what I was getting. I stillborn just right before the 6-month mark.
Yeah.
So I didn't go full term to get the full on mask, but I was heading in that direction. So yeah, I was looking at if I would have went. It's nice to know you like boobies. I have boobies. If they would take them off, I'd be thrilled because yeah, they just make my back hurt. They're not all they're cracked up to be. The bigger they get, the less sensitivity you have, so you kind of don't benefit a whole lot from having them. But Pearl, it happened so long ago, and I'll see them again. When it's my time to cross the veil, they'll be there. It just wasn't meant to be, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
With the way that my life has happened, I don't think that they would have had the best childhood. They would have a lot of love and all of that, but a lot of other things, there would have been a lot of drama in their lives, like with my parents and stuff, and me being their advocate and caregiver. There's a lot of things that they would have seen that they wouldn't have been able to erase from their mind because once it's in there, it's there. So I don't think, I think they would have had, a lot of stuff to deal with that kids shouldn't have to deal with. And, it just wasn't meant to be. And I'm okay with that. I figure I've had, okay, I don't know if what y'all believe in, but I believe in past lives. And I have done astral projections to the Hall of Records across the veil to learn about my past lives. I stopped at like life 46 or 47. I'm a very old soul. I've been here a lot. And I've had a lot of kids in those lives. So I figure I got this one off from doing the mom thing. So, which worked out because I ended up being an animal advocate and foster and all of that instead. So, my kids have just had fur in this life, and that's okay. Thank you. This is just, I used to like mow and stuff in this and, wear the holes. It's got the racer back and, I had the racer back bras and all that crap, and which I can't wear anymore because I can't put them on over my head because of my shoulders. So I just bum around in it now. It's one of the few tanks that I have that I can come online and I know that a boob isn't going to fall out under the armpit. Because, a lot of them, I wore sports bra underneath, and basically that's a vent.
This one is a non-flashing shirt.
Yeah, non-flasher shirt, yeah. It doesn't require the underlayer, which for me was always one of those sports bras that goes down past your rib cage. Basically like a crop top that's like to your skin.
Yeah.
But I can't wear my over-the-head sports bras anymore, so I, donated them. And there's 2 that I kept that I'm going to modify and put a zipper in. But I just haven't gotten there yet. Either a zipper or hooks, one of the 2. I could do either. I know how to sew.
I know how to sew. I just rather not, unless I absolutely have to.
It's a mood thing for me right now. I have a bit of a backup. I've got to get the curtains done, and then I've got new summer bum around clothes for me to wear around the house because over COVID, the year of COVID, I needed to find replacements. Yep. And I hit the thrift stores to do that. Well, I couldn't do that because of COVID. So now that we're going into yet another summer, like my shirts and stuff are literally just like falling apart, just shredding. So I picked up They're like a standard tank with the wide strap kind of thing at Walmart. You know, they were like $6 a piece or something like that. But I've got fold-over elastic, and I'm gonna modify them and turn them into spaghetti strap, which is the most comfortable. Even this will start bugging me. Between my shoulder blades is a high nerve sensitivity zone, just above basically the spine damage area. And I love a racer back, but it puts fabric there. And I wear spaghetti straps because there's no fabric there and it can breathe. If I have fabric there, eventually it's going to start driving me batshit, and I'll be grabbing the back scratcher, you know, and all that. And it's just, especially in the summer with the prickly heat that comes with summer, keeping that open and exposed when I'm home is the way I have to go. Oh, yeah, they do that pretty regular. Anytime I answer the phone, they're like, hello, sir. And I'm like, ma'am, got tits. They're like, oh, I'm sorry. Well, I have this to talk to you about today, sir. And I'm like, ma'am, tits. What part of it did you not get the first time?
Moobs? I don't know.
Yeah. If they do it again, I hang up on them. I'm like, you jackass.
Funny.
But yeah, I have my moments.
I have not been in my email today. Pearl, did you email me yet?
I kind of cleaned mine out earlier, but it's blinking at me again. Oh, yeah, there's like another 20 some odd emails. It's nothing I have to attend to immediately. I try to go through when I first wake up. Some days my brain isn't there and I have to wait, which happened the other day. But when I do get in there, first thing I do is pay invoices.
On the safe side.
Do what, hon?
So I posted my email again just to be on the safe side.
Ew, what's the M stand for?
Michelle.
I'm a Marie. I have an M too. Cheryl Marie. Not Maria. Marie.
Well, anytime anybody's seen that my name was Tina, they always wanted to call me Tina Louise, like the actress.
Or Tina Marie, which is real popular.
Yeah. Or
from
Tina
our
Marie.
era, Tina Marie.
Yeah, Tina Louise and Tina Marie for back in that time frame.
Yeah.
But yeah. What, baby?
Yeah, those were real popular in our era of birth. ESP 2. Scratch 2. I'm doing a fill it in.
Do it one more time.
Peas, etc. At.
I told
all
you
the three letters. Yeah, I've Googled me before, Pearl, just for shit and giggles. I think the thing that creeped me out the most was the satellite images of my home. I was like, oh, let's look and see, you know, what did this look like, you know, because they were old.
I kind of like the first one. Oh, no, don't worry, Pearl. I won't Google you, honey. I don't even Google myself.
I don't know, just one day I was bored and I was like, what would happen if I Googled me, you know? Yeah, I did.
Because, you know, Powell is my married name, so could you imagine how many Tina Powells are out there?
True. My last name's Rich. Super plain. But what's funny is there is another Cheryl Rich here, locally. She's
That's all right.
Several years older than me, but there's enough resemblances that we were always getting mixed up. So we have to do middle name and year of birth to verify
Mm-hmm.
at pharmacies, the library, all over the place. I've gotten used
Tim,
to it, and she probably has too. But yeah, I
at
have a
one
local
point,
doppelganger.
there were 3 Tim Powells here in town.
Yeah.
So,
It's just crazy because I mean, she looks a lot like me. She's, heavy set, brunette. Age-wise, we look similar in age because I've always looked older than my years. I don't know. It's just weird. She's just taller than me, but
mhm.
and she was a nurse. I even had my uncle one day call and I don't know what this was about, but the hospital called and said that yeah, you can have Tuesday off. I'm not sure what it was about. Do you work at the hospital now?
Welcome back,
He
Wendy.
just left this message on my voicemail. And I was like, what? I called him back and I said, that wasn't me. They got me and whoever works for them mixed up. I called the hospital because they, if there's any questions, call back here, and left an extension and everything. I called and talked to the person that left the message because I got the information from Uncle Dale. And I said, you guys called me saying that your employee could have Tuesday off, but I'm not her. We have the same name, but I'm not her. So you need to update your records. I don't know how my number got tied to that, but I don't work there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm patient, but I don't work there.
Yeah.
They were just scratching their head like, I have no idea how that happened. I don't know either, but you actually didn't call me. You called my uncle and left the message at his place. He called here to let me know, wondering why or how that happened. And I'm like, I have no idea. So it's doubly screwed up because you didn't even call me. You called my uncle,
That's crazy.
figure it out and take our names off of her contact list. Cause
Yeah.
They were as perplexed as I was. And I'm like, well, you guys are the ones that did it,
Right.
I just made sure they rectified it because too many calls like that. And I loved Uncle Dale because he was my uncle, but I didn't like him much.
Gotcha.
He could go on a rant. He was kind of a jackass. He was an asshole, grade A -- 1. And you pissed him off. Too many things like that would happen, and it wasn't corrected. Then it would have come down on me, And he did not want to piss me off. By that point, I was grown and had balls of steel, and he didn't fuck with me. And yeah, he would have tried anyways because he was that stupid. But yeah. Like I said, loved him because he was my uncle, but didn't like him much at all. I tolerated him, but barely. Wendy. Why aren't you up here, Wendy? Oh, your mom called. Well, you're done talking to Mom now, aren't you? So get your ass back up here. I'm glad to hear everything's good, but it'll be great once you get back up here.
Right.
Just saying. Ooh, my next one's a numbers one instead of letters, which I'm not in the mood for, so I'm going to set that aside for now. I need to get off my ass and go make my bed and get that fabric set up anyways. Am I there yet?
Hi. No, everything's
Welcome back,
good.
Wendy.
She just wanted to tell me that little Brits at night and everything.
Aw,
Ah.
sweet.
Oh, I'm starting to run out of aunts and uncles, actually. So,
On my dad's side, I know they're all gone. And moms have been gone for at least a decade, maybe a little more.
I mean, I have
Yeah.
I have a few great aunts, great aunts. Yeah, great aunts that are still
I don't even
around,
know any of those.
but I don't know where they live. I don't have any way of contacting them or anything. I never, that kind of situation. And that,
Well,
but
Mom didn't stay in contact with a majority of her family because they were bona fide mooches. If they knew you existed, they were going to show up at your door someday and just try to move in. So, yeah, she just stayed out of contact with them because, yeah, they showed up at the door and
oh, you
she
finished that
spat on
awful diamond painting.
them.
Never order from that company again, she says.
I'll finish the
There's
diamond
some of them
painting.
that are good, and yeah, there's some of them that are crap. I mean, it's just like anything else. You buy needlepoint or cross stitch kits, and yeah, some of them are just screwed up, and
Yep,
others, are excellent. It's like anything. And
Oh,
where they're
I
new
love
to
diamond
the
painting.
hi, Callie.
there's Miss
Hi,
Callie.
Callie. Hey, baby girl.
She's my 20 pluser.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's an old gal. She's an old gal. She's my sweet baby. They all are. Hi, honey, what you doing? All right, I won't tickle your head. I'm not trying to. Her ears
Okay,
tickle so easy, so
where are your
you gotta
cats at, Wendy?
two finger right down the middle, otherwise she starts
I'm
going.
in the bedroom. Toad's playing his game.
Where are your kitties?
Toad's playing
Oh,
games.
my kitty.
What's new?
My kitties. Here's one kitty. The kitty.
Well, that's good to
Here's
know,
one
Pearl.
kitty.
At least Amazon has decent ones.
Look at the kitty.
He's my baby boy.
Aw. I don't have any more boys now. At one time I had 3, but
My boy.
He's like,
a
dog.
couple of years ago when I lost like 5 animals in a year's time,
Mm-hmm.
all 3 of the boys went. One I'm pretty sure was, like the splenic cancer thing where the spleen blows. The other I know was cancer, and the other I think was a mix of cancer and heart disease.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pearl.
Oh man, my mom and sis were so allergic, but after they went through menopause, it quit. And we didn't know that until by accident. I found Millie in the garage, a teeny tiny baby. Rescued her, saved her life because she was right on the apex of going south. She was backed up and toxic, and I
Goodness.
pulled her out of the toxicity. But wait, I found her, and I couldn't leave her out there to die. Neither could mom and sis, and they were like, "Well, we'll just have to stay clear
Where's
of
the
her."
pupper dog?
Oh, there's our puppers. I don't have puppers anymore. Sarah passed, so she was my last pupper. But anyways, we brought that kitten in, and they could handle it all right because it was tiny baby. But they reach a certain age that they start putting out that body oil, that affects, and never happened. They never had a problem. We were like, okay. So then we did a street rescue, which was Goldie. Marigold was what I named her. We saved her life. She was feline leukemia positive, but she wasn't active. She was just a carrier.
No.
She was also pregnant, which means the babies would not have survived, and she was skin and bones. I mean, skin and bones. She
Terrible.
wasn't going to have a viable pregnancy, and the pregnancy itself probably would have killed her. So we had to abort that litter. It's the only litter we ever had to abort. But they weren't going to survive because they were going to come out feline leukemia.
Yeah.
So they would have been stillborn or died, within days of birth. Wasn't going to put babies through that. So, and wasn't going to lose Goldie to do that. We would have lost them all. So we were able to save Goldie, and she was with us for a little over 5 years. And it was not the leukemia that took her. Spindle cell sarcoma cancer, injection radius site spindle cell sarcoma cancer is what took her. because even though she was feline leukemia positive, just to stick me in the pocketbook, they gave her that injection anyways. Well, I document anytime I or my animals get an injection, I always document what it was and where it was given so that I can monitor for that. And yeah, it was the leukemia shot that they gave her that went south with cancer. So, because I had a record of it. They just wanted to stick me that other $36 to do that. I'm like, she doesn't need it. She has it. You know, wouldn't that kind of go backwards? You know, if they've got it, don't give them the damn shot for it. What good is that going to do?
I did a Bumblebee from Transformers diamond painting. Called the Toad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you talking Bumblebee, the Transformer?
Yeah,
He painted one?
I
No.
did a diamond painting on him, yeah.
Oh, okay. I did a diamond dot painting. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I thought he got, you know, I don't know. I thought maybe there was like blank models and you could paint them. And I was like, I want to know more about that.
No.
I like the Transformers. Why? Don't know. I just do. I think they're cool. But I don't have one. I'd like to have one of them, you know, that, you know, turns into the truck, you know, like Optimus or Bumble. I'd love to have a Transformer, you know, one of those that can, you know, does the whole transforms thing.
Yeah.
But God, the prices they want for those.
I grew up watching the Autobots and the Transformers and stuff like that as a kid.
I didn't grow up watching them. I just got the movies and fell in love with the movies. I didn't even know there was like a series until way later.
I grew up watching the cartoons.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know they had cartoons like that. Or
And
if I did, I don't remember it.
movie.
I didn't watch tons of cartoons. I watched Underdog. I usually watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He kind of bugged me.
Hold on, Wendy.
And I would watch, God, what was it? It was something, I don't know. It was something on PBS. It was a Santa Claus thing that came on around Christmas. That was about all the cartoons I watched. Oh, and Garfield. Oh, that was good. Cool. I love black cats too. I used to have one. Well, she had one white hair that grew out of her hip. That was it. One white hair.
Sissy Puss doesn't have a single black hair, or white hair, not a speck.
This one was just a random single hair that grew out of her hip. And it would get really long. It was almost like a whisker. And I was always teasing her I was going to pluck it, you know, and I act like I was going to, you know, get it. And one day she got pissed off about it and she reached back, plucked it herself, and plopped it on the table like, here, if you want it that bad, have it, but leave it alone. I about died laughing. She was a smart cat. Super smart.
That's just too funny, though.
She's the one that I saved out of the garage.
But that's
She did one day. She just reached back in that one hair. There was no other hairs. She used her teeth, plucked that one hair out, and plopped it down on the table. Like, if you want it that bad, there it is. Leave me alone.
Too funny.
Oh, she had attitude.
Persian and Himalayans.
Yeah, I have a long hair, and I've got a medium hair, and I've had another long hair, which was Inanna. She was my diabetic kitty. She was a ticked blue, so she was that gray, long hair, and she didn't have the smush face. Her face shape actually looked more like those Norwegian forest cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a face that looked more like a Norwegian forest cat, but her body and large bones and all of that, she very much looked, you know, Persian Himalayan, you know.
Huh.
Trying to maintain that hair is something else. I mean, brush, 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 brush.
this brat down here, every now and then I got to get her down where she grooms herself regular. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, but every once in a while you just got to do a little detail work because it'll mat like the creases of their thighs, on their tummy, under their neck, under their armpits.
Yep, she gets some matted spots that I got to get out.
Mhm.
She doesn't like it when I have to do it.
Oh no. God, I sure hope Aspen doesn't have those problems. She's not the drapey long haired. You know, she's like a poofy long haired. So I would say probably closer to medium length.
Yeah.
You know? Now Winnie's hair would get pretty long, and she mats really bad. We're constantly having to maintain her mats, especially now because she's got hyperthyroidism. Her body doesn't retain the oils that it should. And I mean, we literally let her lick butter to get oil in her system, but she still has some matting issues. But since we've been doing that, she hasn't had as many problems. So hopefully that'll help.
It was so funny because I turned and I looked at her to talk about her, and she turned around and looked at me when I said Miss Thing.
Don't even.
Oh, that was hilarious too.
Yeah, that's Sable. She gives me the stink eye. I think she's in on my bed asleep. So was Callie. I was kind of waiting for Callie to get up before I went in there. So, you know, I don't have a problem evicting Sable. She'll just move in here or wait until I make the bed and jump back up there.
Yep.
I'll make the bed, lay the curtain out so that I can work on it, and then she'll just jump up and lay on the curtain. But Callie, she needs a rest, so I let her have her nap.
Yep, she's awake now.
Yeah, I finished this, and I'm probably gonna head that way here and make the bed and get that laid out. After rearranging the living room, my little table that's gonna go by the rocker in my bedroom is there. I can set you guys on there while I get the bed made and set up.
But like I said, after all, you know, it's 5:15 almost, so yeah. Kitty cats, they shed.
Oh yeah, I defer my bed and my sheets before I go to bed every night. My pillow.
You have to.
Yeah, because
you will itch.
With my skin, it does more than that. It's beyond itch.
Well, that
so yeah.
Miss Thing down here, she has a skin condition where she has what I call rough skin.
Mm-hmm.
She's more or less allergic to herself, and it scabs and whatnot.
So she has the dust, that flaky dust.
Yeah.
Charmer, my little tuxedo kitty, had the same thing, and there wasn't no problem until we had an ice storm. We had to go stay in a hotel for a week, and something with the industrial cleaners that they use was bothering her. And she broke out, and I ended up, having to take her to the vet, and we had to do a round of steroids and topicals and all this crap to settle it down. But then after that, she always had skin issues. Yeah, and she'd have that dusty, dry skin thing going on. And every once in a while, she'd start breaking out again.
Where it's not so bad, but it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
And,
it's ongoing, yeah. Yeah, we had that with Charmer.
You got to clean off the bed and, everything on a regular.
Yeah, I do for my sheets every night before I go to bed, and my blanket, my quilt or comforter or whatever, it's not one of them puffy comforters. It's like a spread. I throw them in the dryer every week to defur them, do 2 fabric softener sheets and, the whole bit to keep the fur down.
Oh yeah, you got to.
Well, I used to put a cover on my bed.
You have that many. I only have the one. That's bad enough.
God, could you imagine how much fur I went through with 9 cats? It was just a couple of years ago. I had 9 cats. Now I just got 4.
Well, we had, the 20.
I have 5 cats.
Yep.
So we had 20. When you got mamas that come in and You don't get a chance to get them fixed before they have, babies, or, you get females that come in or males that come in, and you don't get a chance to get them fixed, and all of a sudden you got mating going on, and now you got more BBs, and yeah, been there,
Yeah,
played
that we never
it.
had that happen. I did have a pregnant foster. She's the one that went out on the farm, but
Uh,
I only had her for like week and a half, 2 weeks, and she had the babies about 4 days after we took her out, and she found her home out on that farm, and
yeah.
yeah, a few days later she had the babies. But yeah, I haven't had to deal with births like that with any of my
You did.
fostering. I was fortunate in that regard, where they never brought me a whole litter of kittens that I had to nurse. It was usually a single. Um, I had two at one time there because I got one, and um, about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, another one came in. They were age-wise, they were about a month apart, but I think he was like a week and a half old when he came to me. And he was right at a month old when Murphy was brought over. And Murphy was like 2 days old. He still had the umbilical cord hanging when he was brought to us.
Yeah.
Um, but Chester, he was found in the yard over in Chase County, and they drove him over here to me. And Inanna was in Williamsburg, Kansas. She was the lone survivor of a coyote attack on her mom and her siblings.
Huh.
They all died, and she was the only survivor. And they didn't know what to do with her, so they brought her here because they were friends with the sister of a guy that started a private organization
Yeah.
for animals, and which is still running today. Um, in fact, Inanna came from there, and Trevor, our spaniel, I think it was a Springer Spaniel. He was too big to be a Cocker Spaniel. He came via their adoption list of people that had animals that needed rehomed.
Yeah.
He wasn't one of theirs, but he came from their list. And my dad went to school with the founder of that organization. They went to school together, so they knew me.
Yeah.
And I fostered for them a few times. I fostered for the vet. We've got, I don't know, probably half a dozen vets here. One of them's a hospital, one of them's a clinic, and the rest of them are just like little private offices, vet offices. But yeah, I did a lot of fostering that way, and then I just did foster people that found a kitten or whatever, and would call and say, your name was given to me as somebody that might take this kitten, and I'm like, yeah, bring it over, and I would raise it and find a home for it, or on rare occasion, end up adopting, like with Murphy and Inanna and what have you. But some were mine, some were mom's, some were my sister's. And when mom passed, then we took her animals and have cared for them, through their life. Winnie was supposed to be mine, but she kind of bonded with mom for a while, and then she's kind of bonded more with sister now since I've got the two youngers that sleep in my room. She sleeps in with her. Otherwise, the youngers pick on her, because she's getting old and she's a bag of bones because of the hyperthyroidism, and we just can't keep weight on her. So she looks vulnerable, so they target her out. And they immediately get reamed for doing it. Thankfully, they haven't hurt her or anything. They just want to pick on her, but they don't harm her. So they get wetted down with a water bottle and then they quit till the next time they think they can pull it off. But we're usually on to their shenanigans, so they're kind of obvious. Like I have that set of stairs right there that leads up to the counter in the kitchen. And right across from there is temporarily a rocking chair, but there used to be a little tote thing there that they would sit on, waiting for her to come down off the counter and try to chase her back into the bedroom. And yeah, if they're there working, they leave. They don't get the chance. Or we'll escort her back to Jennifer's bedroom. You follow her. Yeah, we do cat escorts after meals. Himalayans are beautiful, Pearl.
Are you
Okay, Amy.
Italian over there, Amy? I'm sure you are.
Hey,
Sorry, I
Amy.
had to mute. I had to take care of the grandson.
That happens. It's called life. I'm surprised Kevin didn't come on. We must be boring today. Because I know he was in here earlier,
I know.
but he flaked.
Oh, I'm sure he's still hanging around somewhere.
Are you lurking, Kevin?
A gallon of water, maybe too.
I know the feeling. I sweat. I'm a sweater. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, cats are funny. They have so many odd quirks about them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And every one of them is different.
they
Every
are.
one of them. What is that light? Oh, it's coming off the kitchen window.
I was kind of giggling the other day when I was talking to Amy. She was talking about the old man cat that they have. And then she was telling me about the other cat. I don't remember which one it was that had a rat. And I said, "Oh," I said, "is that a play toy or is that dinner?" And she said, "Probably both." And then she was telling me about how the cats had had gotten bunnies, and there was bunny heads that were laying at the back door, and they had ate everything but the bunny heads. And she's like, "Dad, go fix it, clean it up, make it go away." So she was going in and out the front door. I was like, "Oh Lordy."
There's cats in the park that hang out on our front deck that we make them go away. Because if you let them, then the males spray the front door trying to mark.
Uh-huh.
I get really tired of having to take the screen off, or the glass off on the inside, because they sprayed through the screen on the outside just to clean off piss. But yeah, one of them was so wanting to hang out on our deck that they brought us the present. It was a dead snake sitting on our doormat.
Uh-huh.
No, Thank you. I'd rather see it alive, slithering around in the grass, than dead on my deck.
Right. Odie is the old man, and Callie was the one with the rat and leaving presents, correct?
Well, yeah, finding random bunny heads. Used to be they'd put rabbit feet, on a key fob,
Yep.
dye them all funky colors, and it's supposed to be a good luck charm. And I'm like, how can that be good luck?
Okay, I got it.
You might be thinking it's good luck for me, but it wasn't for the rabbit. Got a three-legged rabbit running around. If they're lucky. Otherwise, they ended up on somebody's plate and turned into somebody's, earmuffs or some shit. Don't get me wrong, I have worked with rabbit fur before, but I've raised rabbits.
But I was just like, "Alrighty then." The outside kitties was having a ball catching dinner.
I had a pet growing up. It was a white rabbit. It was a huge white rabbit. Believe it or not, it was named Fluffy. And he was a little asshole too. You know, uh, typical male. He had a hutch. We built a hutch and had it
Uh-huh.
outside, and yeah, if he wasn't in the mood to socialize, he would just turn around and spray pee at you.
Uh,
Um, never seen a rabbit
That
do
is
that
what
before.
he's saying, piss off.
Pretty much. I could be there with like a whole armful, like this mound of clover, ready to stuff it in the hutch. And yeah, he's like, go away. Okay. So go in a 5-gallon bucket, and half an hour later, I'd come out and try again. I'd try feeding him a couple little nibbles of clover through the screen. And if
Move.
he accepted them, then I knew it was safe to unlock the door, the hatch, and shove it in there. If he peed at me again, then I knew, he wasn't in the mood quite yet. One day, he just was being grumpy. And I'm like, dude, this stuff is going to wilt, and you're not going to get clover at all if you don't let me put it in there. He squeaked at me. He was like, "Ree." And I'm like, what the fuck? Do you want it or not? And he went back into his, there. It was split. It was like an open area, and then there was like the closed hutch box, where he slept and stuff. He went in there and poked his little head out. And he tilted his head, which means that he's bringing his ear up close enough that I could put a pinky through the hole and, give it a little scritch. I was a kid, so my pinky fit through the little rabbit stuff.
Uh-huh.
But he's like, okay, you can go ahead. So I opened the hutch and put the clover in. And then after that, he was in a perfectly good mood. He had clover. And I'm like, dude, you could have had this an hour ago. But yeah, he could just be a little asshole like the other fluffy we know. So
He was moody.
Mm.
He was moody that day. That's funny.
I'll never forget having to take him in to get checked. He had the ear mite, brown crusty thing going on, and we hadn't dealt with it before at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't sure what it was. We just knew something was up because his ears were irritated and the crusties. So I had to get him to the vet. Mind you, he was a big rabbit, and he could kick. And I got him up on the exam table, and I had a hold of him where his back was against my chest. And the vet approached across the table and was going to check him. And I said, let me turn him around before you try to touch him. And he's like, oh, no, it'll be fine. He reached up and grabbed a hold of that ear and both feet. And he flew back and bounced off of the counter behind him, almost ended up with his ass in the sink. And he said, yeah, maybe you want to turn him around? And I'm like, you think? So I turned him around, and held his butt, snug against me so he couldn't rear up a kick. Otherwise, my girls was going to take the hit.
Boobies.
Yes, boobies.
Yeah, Kevin. I'm going to leave because it's like 11:30 at night time over here.
All right, honey.
All right.
All
Rest
right.
well, dear. Night.
Okay.
Night,
Bye.
Toad.
Love you all.
Love you.
Ma says bye, Toad.
Later.
Well, one's getting a head rub.
No. I always helped with the holding of the cats when I'd go to take them to the vet
Oh, yeah.
because I
dog,
knew
whatever.
how they reacted. They did not handle things well at the vet's office. And I had known my vet since I was a child, and he knew my parents, etc.
Same here.
So, I would go in and I would take care of holding and assisting. He was always like, you needed to be a vet tech,
Yeah, I've been told that too.
and I'm just like,
Why aren't you doing this?
He's like, I'm like, yeah, I could, but I'm not gonna. No, I pass.
Yeah, the clinic that I go to, there's one of the original Well, originally there was 3. Then they brought on this fella. He was younger,
Yeah.
which made 4. And that 4th one, that younger one, is reaching retirement age. He'll be retiring out of there at any time. And the new ones, which there's like 6 now, I think, because they grew. In fact, just last year during COVID, they finished an expansion remodel
Yeah.
and doubled the size of the clinic. But yeah, that one guy's probably not much longer there. But yeah, they've said the same thing. One of the fellows that they brought in since, he does real well with the animals. They don't get as agitated.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to take, it was a little kitten, Hermione, that I was fostering. Unfortunately, she died in the dryer. Mom didn't hear her because Mom was deaf. But when she was about 5 months old, Sis, the little AC/DC box thing on the end of a cord,
Uh-huh.
yeah, she dropped one of those, and the kitty happened to be down there, and it hit her foot. So I took her to the vet to get her foot checked to make sure there wasn't break or anything like that, because she wasn't walking on it. She wasn't putting weight on it. And I took her to the vet, and they ran the x-rays, and he came out and put the x-ray in and flipped the light on, and I was already looking. He's like, "What are you looking for?" "What do you think I'm looking for?" And he's like, "Well, what do you see?" And I said, "Well, I don't see any breakage, but I do see an edemic shadow. So anti-inflammatories and pain medication for probably a couple of weeks would be my guess." And he was like, "How in the hell did you know all that?" And I'm like, "I've read x-rays before." "But you're not a doctor." And I'm like, "No, but I've seen enough of them. You can kind of figure it out. That little shadow shouldn't be there. That's edema. And I don't see any breaks or fractures. Little tiny bones, kind of hard to see. There could be a hairline there that's invisible to the human eye. But I don't see anything stressed or anything like that would indicate that. So I'm thinking probably just bruised really deep and, anti-inflammatories and pain medication. And just let her start using her foot as it heals." He's like, "Yeah, exactly." And I'm like, "Well, just order it." And he was like, "But how did you know all that?" And I'm like, "Do we need to go over this again?" He just couldn't believe. And then I would take him in. I'd be like, "This is what I suspect. Can you check?" And I was always spot on with stuff. Because I would do my research. I've got books on them. I'm
I've
one
been
of those
doing this
people.
forever. How long have I been here to,
Well, he didn't know that because, he had only been there a couple of years. He didn't know that I'd been there, since before I could look over the damn counter. He found it out, but he wasn't quite sure what to expect with me.
Yeah.
He was almost afraid to disagree with me if I was wrong.
Yeah.
And I told him up front, I said, "This is what I suspect, but you're the doctor. Keep it real. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not the doctor." But it kind of gives you an idea of what direction to kind of go.
Uh-huh.
So we don't do a bunch of unnecessary tests, stress the animals anymore. These are the symptoms. This is what I suspect. Either agree or not, I'm okay with that. He's like, "Well, I wasn't sure." And I'm like, "What? You think I'm scary or something?" And he said, "Just a little." And I was like, "Well, I'm not, unless you piss me off," which has happened here before, and they have seen that. You can ask around. But and this dude's like 6'4". When I say hello, I'm like, "Hello," He's one of those, but he was intimidated by me. Okay. Foods what?
Yeah. Just random word.
Kind of like Kevin's boobies.
Yep.
Yeah, but boobies aren't food.
Nope.
They might create food for babies, although some men seem to think
Not
they still
mine.
could.
Mine's dried up a long time ago.
Yeah. I wasn't bottle I wasn't nursed. Mom couldn't produce the milk. She was never able to do that with any of us kids. We were all bottle fed. They'd go for the first milk for immune, which wasn't a lot, but they would do that each day while she was in the hospital. This was back in the day when you were in the hospital for like a week when you had a baby. And the men weren't invited at all. Call and check, but that's about as far as it goes. If you try to hit the floor, they wouldn't even let them up on the maternity floor. It was back then. But yeah, they would nurse her first milk while she was there and mix it with the formula to ensure the baby got first milk. But that was all Mom could produce. She couldn't produce enough for viable life. So they had to do formula from the get-go.
Yeah.
But at least they did pull first milk, for immune and all that. But that was about all she could produce. It wasn't even enough to dip cookies in, so we were all bottle fed. And I weaned myself. Just one day I chunked my bottle out of the crib and she says, "Do you ever want it again?" And I said, "No." She's like, "Okay, you want a cup?" Cup. She washed the bottles up and gave them to a friend that was fixing to have a baby.
There
and I
you
never
go.
asked for another bottle. I was perfectly happy with the sippy cup. She hung on to him for a little bit thinking, I might, she might be misinterpreting or something. But, I was dead serious. I didn't want it anymore. I wanted a cup. So she pulled out some sippy cups that she had bought, or had with the previous kids. I don't know. All I know is I ended up with a sippy cup after that, and I was perfectly happy.
Yeah,
But
my granddaughter, she's been on sippy cup for quite a long time. She does really good with it. It was before she turned a year old. So
well, with this, I was about 9 months old.
yeah, it was way before she was a year old. She'd been on a sippy cup. So
Well, I was already walking at 9 months, and running at 9 months. By the 10th month, I had potty trained myself, and she had to scramble to get, the little panties, the line panties, whatever they are, because I wasn't wearing a diaper anymore. She tried to put one on, and I tried to take it back off. Finally, I got where I could take it off, and so she started putting panties, and she brought, kitty pot in out of the garage, cleaned it up, set it in the bathroom. I think I strapped it over my head once or twice, and then after that, I figured out that's where that went, and spot on after that. Only the occasional accident because, I wasn't home, or somebody was in there, the door was closed, I couldn't turn the knob because, when you're 10 months old, you ain't tall enough to reach the doorknob. They were distracted and weren't listening when I was saying I needed to potty. But I had the pants with the liner, so it was fine. But apparently that only happened a handful of times. Even in kindergarten, I couldn't reach the doorknob.
yeah.
It was after school. Mom was talking with the teacher, and they had quite the intense conversation going on about God only knows what. I was trying to tell Mom I needed to go potty. And they knew that they just had to go over and turn the knob and kick the light on because I couldn't reach the switch either. But
You'd think in a kindergarten classroom they'd have things down reachable.
well, I think they want you to learn how to do full size because in general life, that's what you have. Some schools, I think even the school I went to now has the minis, the low doorknob and the short pot and the whole bit. Seems like it was in a couple of classrooms when I went back there for something. I don't remember what it was. I don't know. I had to go in there for something as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I was picking up a niece from school or something. I don't know. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, I just needed them to, but they were just so into their conversation. They weren't listening, and I couldn't hold anymore, and it cut loose. And, I was standing there pretty much mortified and wet. Mom said, "Okay, we can go now." And I'm like, "Too late." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "I tried." And, I was mortified, but she knew it was her fault because they didn't pay attention. And, thankfully I had to change clothes there at the school. which they required back in the day.
Yep, they sure did. Actually, they still do.
Nah, I didn't know. No kids. All my nieces and nephews have got great nieces and nephews and great great nieces and nephews, and yeah, long time since them. But yeah, I was absolutely mortified. And then she came home and told Dad about it, and I was like, Mom. She's like, well, he needs to know, and I'm like, why? What point?
Why?
What does that? What point does that serve? That you weren't paying attention, and I lost my bladder. Big deal.
You're just telling Dad that you screwed up. Why bother?
Yeah, but yeah, by 10 months old, I was walking, talking in full sentences, off the bottle, potty trained. At a year, yeah, I was well established in all of that and then some. God, when I was a year old, I could say my ABCs. So
You were ahead of the class.
mm-hmm.
You was.
Yeah, but they weren't equipped around here for like genius type stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Mind you, I don't think I was a genius. But
they weren't equipped for advanced
yeah.
at all.
Yeah, when I started kindergarten, I could count to like 100. I knew my ABCs. I could even do a little reading when I started kindergarten.
Yeah.
In part, I was born in September. They debated on whether or not I was ready for school because I was so little. They were afraid I would be intensely bullied because I was a tiny little kid. Yeah, didn't last long. But so they waited till the next year to start me in school. So basically, I was the first to have birthday in the class kind of thing because my birthday was like a week after school started back then.
Yeah.
So I was always basically a year older than the rest of my my classmates.
Yeah.
And they always thought, I was stupid or something. But, once class started and we got into it and everything and stuff, and, I did really well. I excelled. Actually, I kind of got bored. I could get my homework done. They'd give you one of those little sheets and you write out, copy the words and, you learn to write and all that kind of stuff. I'd have it done in 5 minutes and, they were giving you like a half hour or 45 minutes to do this. And they learned to have coloring books and crayons around because if I got done ahead of time, I could sit and do that and finish out that time frame. And I was perfectly content. I wasn't acting out or bouncing off the walls or any of that kind of stuff. I was perfectly content, hand me a coloring book and crayons and I was good for hours. I wasn't one of those kids. So they knew to do that. And I think Mom even kept a stock of that stuff because she used to have been home too. Because I colored a lot as a kid. And she'd, send a pack to school, take them in and give them to the teacher and, restock with, fresh box of crayons and fresh half a dozen coloring books or whatever. And
yeah,
teacher, she got to the point where she just tell me, we had like these little bins with our names on them.
Yeah, your own personal cubbies.
Yeah, and she'd just say, just go get your crayons and pick a coloring book and work on that, until the class gets done. Okay. And that's what I would do. I just
you and I
quietly
were
go over there and get my stuff. And
kindergarten was only half day.
yeah, but even in first grade, it wasn't until I got in about third grade that I started having problems because they didn't find this out until I was like 24 that I lacked reading comprehension. They found it out at the GED.
I remember you telling me that.
And that, when you started hitting towards the end of second grade into third grade is when you had to start really doing reading. And I had problems with it. They never figured out why. They just thought I was slow. Well, look at my past years. Did I look slow? But they didn't. They dropped the ball. But I survived through my freshman year, and then my parents pulled me because they wouldn't not let me do gym. I had a doctor's note, like 2 or 3 specialist notes. Took them in for this big meeting and everything, and they still wouldn't accept them. I had to have gym, and Mom pulled me. So
People don't
I ended up
listen.
getting.
I said people don't listen. Some.
Yeah, and I was behind on math when I hit my freshman year. They put me in a remedial math class, and when I got done with that, because they would give you a disc and sit you in front of a computer, and that's what you did for an hour. Or maybe was it 2? I think maybe it was 2 hours. I don't know. Anyways, by the time I got done with that class, I can't remember if it was the 9-week or the 18-week, if it was a quarter or semester long class. Anyways, whatever it was, when I got done, I was 3/4 of the way through my junior year math. So I wasn't even going to have to take math. And they asked if I wanted to come back and finish it this way, and I was like, oh yeah. So my sophomore year, I was going to go back to that and just finish out my math, and I wouldn't have to take math classes at all, clear through high school. Yeah. But I got pulled, so.
Well, I'll be damned.
So when I went in to get my GED when I was 24, that's when they figured out I liked reading comprehension. And they sat me down with this young little gal in a little pencil skirt, or sheath dress, little tiny mini sheath dress. Young, tiny little thing. I mean, she was like, young. Or at least she looked that way. Anyways, they sat me down with her for an hour. And when that hour was up, she said, go buy a book somewhere. Go home and read it. And just keep reading, which I did. I started inhaling books. That's why I have my own personal library in my house. Because they wouldn't fit, randomly in the rooms anymore. It had to have a room of their own. But when they assess you to see what aspects that you need to test on and what ones you just automatically passed on during the assessment because you exceeded expectation.
Yeah.
And math, I cleared on math. I think it was, I don't know, it was 2 Englishy classes. It was like, I don't know, spelling and grammar, and I don't know what they called them, but it was something, both of them were Englishy that I had to take tests on. And they wanted to schedule me like 6 months out. And I said, when is your next opening? And they said 2 weeks. And I said, schedule me. They said, you aren't going to be ready by then. And I said, watch me.
Yeah.
Because I was inhaling books. So the books that they handed me I needed to go through, I inhaled them too. 2 weeks I went through, I can't remember, it was 2 or 3 books that they handed me of English stuff that I needed to do, and I had it done. And
hey, Abstract.
Hey Faith, how are you? I answered everything, not in the book but on paper. And I turned the books in actually during when I went in for testing, and I handed in all the homework sheets.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know if you need these, but I got them, so there they are. Well, it's a good thing I had them because that's pretty much where they got their proof that I wasn't like cheating, or had cheat sheets hidden on me or something, that I had done the work because I handed them the work I had done. So they knew, and yeah, I passed. But they didn't think I could get it done. They were looking at 6 months. I think they kind of figured 3 months per class kind of thing, or, classification. And I had 2 classifications that I didn't qualify for. So I think they thought, 6 months out, and hell no. Glad to hear it, Faith.
Yeah, we're just having a chit chat.
Yep.
Random convo.
Yep.
Past, present, and anywhere in between.
Yep. If you want to join us, the link is pinned up at the top of your chat.
Sure is.
I'm surprised Kevin hasn't come back in. He just pops in every once in a while and types boobies. He's being antisocial today. I can think of a few explicitives to call him, but I won't. I'll be nice.
He just lets us know that he's still around.
Yeah. Hanging from the rafters like a bat.
Well, he's doing other stuff and listening.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomena, as Tim and them would say.
Mm-hmm. Tim's probably in the living room.
I have no idea.
Well, he was in here before, so if he's still listening.
I don't know. He's got something playing on the TV. I don't know what. But that doesn't mean he's not on his phone.
Yeah, I need to take some time to watch some TV and catch up on some of my weekly competition stuff before spoilers ruin it, because you randomly run onto spoilers. I hate that. But when I get behind, it's hard to avoid them because they just, just waking up from a nap. Yeah. Did you have a good nap? Or is it one of those that you woke up feeling more tired than you were when you went and laid down? Hey, Jay.
Papa. Phenomena, he says. Cody is taking a nap. She's not feeling so good.
Yeah, she's having a rough day.
The link is pinned as per normal. Anybody wants to pop up on here, that's fine. If not, the chat's fine. Don't make me no difference.
Yeah. But if you want to come join us, you're more than welcome.
I'm just here for folks to have a place to hang out for a bit. I was bored.
Yeah, she was bored. Hey, it happens. Oh, and I got my last box from Fluffy. It's currently in the trunk of my sister's car. She didn't have time to bring it back to the house before she went to work today. So I'll be unboxing that on Cody's Live tomorrow.
Well, I'm glad you stopped by, Abstract.
Yeah, thanks for popping in. Lets us know you're still ornery and kicking. Well, when type font is the only way you're able to connect.
Yeah.
Even just a quick pop in just lets people know you're still alive, especially during the current state of things.
Fixed it. Ooh, what's dinner?
Ooh, what you fixing? Food. Yeah, what you fixing for supper?
Fat girl. Food.
Almost. Well, I'm still kind of fat, but I used to be fatter, 120 pounds worth. But yeah, I'm still a fat girl. I'm just not as fat as I used to be. But I still like my food.
I quit smoking and I gained 20 pounds. Fat girl.
Yeah, I tried Chantix 2 days. My guts were.
Oh, don't know yet.
Oh, she's still trying to decide.
Well, she did say she just woke up from a nap, so.
Yeah, she's waiting for her brain cells to kick in before she can think that hard. I can relate to that. It's very much so.
Well, if I can't be good, maybe I can be good at it. Who knows?
I need to be working on my curtains, but I'm just.
Yeah, you were talking about that. You just can't.
Yeah, I know, and I can't get motivated. It's hot right now. We're nearly 90 degrees. So I think I'm probably going to end up waiting until it cools down a bit, because even with the curtains in the bedroom, it still gets pretty damn warm in there. And I've got a ceiling fan, but it just moves the hot air around. It doesn't cool anything.
Yeah,
air conditioner's running, but it can't keep up.
No, when you live in these tin cans, it's difficult. It really is.
Yeah.
It's 81, feels like 85 here.
Oh, let me pop mine on. And I
I've
don't
got
know if we
a,
had a brownout this morning or not. I have to keep reprogramming my TV every time we have a brownout for
I
the
have
Wi-Fi because it loses its info.
I have a
I
weather app on my computer.
I used to have one, but they got so where they just bogged everything down. So I just go to the app on my TV instead. Otherwise, I mean, I can just pop over to the local news. Well, it's Topeka, it's not local. The news channel and check the radar instead of having the app. It just works better for me because I've got other stuff
Oh,
that
those
I need to
sound
have on there more.
so good, Papa. Whole grain croissants. Oh,
Ooh,
and a salad. Yum. I love
sounds good.
veggies. And I love whole grain breads.
Let me put my glasses on. I can't make out. I got it up, but I can't see it. We are currently 86 and partly cloudy. Feels like 91.
I really have
East
to go
southeast winds at 6, so it's pretty stagnant. Humidity is 53%, dew point 67. Barometric pressure 29.85, which is pretty high for here. UV index of 2. No planned precipitation. Yesterday we had a gully washer waft through. It only lasted less than 5 minutes, but yeah, it dumped a good bit of water. It was just a random pop-up, which, Kansas, there's nothing to stop them like mountains or hills and yeah, they go through really fast. But yeah, they can dump a lot of water in a short period of time. Yeah, tonight's a low of 67, tomorrow high of 91. So tomorrow it'll probably feel like about, 95 to 97.
let's see.
It's going to be more sunny tomorrow, so it's going to feel even hotter. Today it's mostly cloudy. We have little windows of sun creep through, but they don't last but a minute or two. It's mostly cloudy.
Tomorrow we're a high of 86, a low of 69 with some light rain.
I don't think.
All of the thunderstorms for this week really have been took out. We got light rain and rain showers.
We got a chance of storms Friday.
We had a thunderstorm roll through yesterday, but it wasn't a big one. It went north of us, and it was nice. I miss thunderstorms. That's good sleep weather for me, even in a trailer.
Yeah, we get storms. They don't linger though, unless there's like a trough or something that's blocking them. They cut through pretty fast because, like I said, it's the plains. There's nothing to stop them. Same with wind. A windy day here, you hang on to something or it's going to knock you over. Breezy is like 35 miles an hour, straight line wind. But yeah, it's supposed to be sunny and 90s through till Friday. We're still going to be in the 90s Friday, but we do have a chance of storms. Basically, we're 90s clear through next Monday. And most of those days are sunny. So it's going to be a cooker. And there's no breeze. The highest we have is Friday with the storms at southeast at 10 miles an hour.
Yeah.
The highest is that. The rest of it's like 6, which is nothing. So it's going to be very stagnant, hot, and sunny. So yeah, it's going to be pretty balmy.
Like I said, nothing major
long.
here, just hot, humid, and blah.
Well, I've got to go. No, I said off, not standby. There we go. I've got to go on the 14th for my annual exam, and I've got to go a day or two prior to that for fasting labs. Which I'll do. As soon as I get up, I'll go do the labs before I do anything, and after I've slept, get it out of the way, and then I come home and eat and take meds and all that. depending on what time I wake up. Unless I stay up. If I stay up, then I'll be hitting the lab pretty early. And I
Our
usually,
lab doesn't open until 8 o'clock in the morning.
I think it's 7:30 here. But usually on days like that, I'll grab like a breakfast biscuit or something at Hardee's or something on the way home. Just to make it easier.
But yeah, 8 o'clock, I think, in the morning. And our lab's now a drive-through. You don't go in the hospital anymore. We have drive-through lab services.
Oh God, no, they don't do that here. You go into the lab.
Nope.
They take you
Drive-through.
back, put you in the table or in the chair, and strap your arm in, and away we go.
Nope. Drive-through.
But yeah, since they reopened, last June, July, June, yeah, June. You went into the lab. Prior to that, everything was shut down. You just couldn't do it. If you needed blood draws, you had to go to the hospital and have them do it. Hey, Wes.
Well, hello, Wes.
But no, this one's the big one. They fast because of the lipid and all that, and there's all this stuff that they take quite a bit of blood.
Yeah,
So usually, what I do is I take my pre-food pills with me, and as soon as they've drawn the blood, I take those, and then I grab like a biscuit or something on the way home, and that way I eat it as soon as I get home. And I usually carry a little thing of juice with me because sometimes on those bigger blood draws, I'll get a little woozy, and that gets me revitalized enough to get home, get food. Yeah, have you found any goodies? My last buy was the squash blossom necklaces that I got, which should be showing up about any time. Probably sometime this week. 3 of them. One of them I gifted, so it went to the recipient.
You're
Be right
ringing,
back.
But no, Wes, I didn't know if you was out tramping the auctions today or if you was out having fun doing some other stuff or just relaxing. Or was you out researching more recognizance for whatever, for
Not recognizance, reconnaissance.
whatever? I'm tired. My words are starting to nah.
Yeah, your recognizance is going downhill.
Yep.
Oh. It's really hard to do this when you're trying to avoid getting whacked by the cat.
Right?
I sit up on the edge of the sofa for a little while because my back starts spasming.
Mm-hmm.
But then I have to sit back because, other parts start hurting. So I have to have the back support. What? That and my tailbone starts hurting sitting on the edge.
I sit here and I get up and I shift and I move and
Yeah, you've been running errands. Yeah, I haven't flipped over to check Victoria's here lately. I don't even know if they're still going.
I don't know. I haven't
No,
looked
page.
lately either.
The page has to reload. Nope, it's done.
No, Pirates going.
Yeah, I don't check out the pirate auctions much.
And Melanie Lightbeam.
Yeah, I go to hers every once in a while.
Yeah, her, Laura, and Marion.
Yeah, I bought a few things there. Mostly some decorations for my bedroom, and there's something I bought from Marion. I don't remember what it was. Took a little while to get it. They kept invoicing, but they weren't. It wasn't going through. I wasn't getting it. It ended up being a typo in my email
Nah.
because once it came through, I paid it and shot it right back to them. And it had been a while. I'd kind of forgotten about it. So I didn't realize it wasn't coming. I didn't think to contact them. I haven't gotten an invoice because it had kind of slipped my mind. And but yeah, once we got it sorted, then yeah, it showed up just a few days later. It was either like the grandson or the son or something that emailed me, and I had them check because I hadn't received them. I said check how you typed the email in because I'm not getting them, so there might be a typo or something in there. And they went and looked, and sure enough, that's what it was. It was a typo in my email. But yeah, once I got it, I paid it. But yeah, it just slipped my mind. You know how it is.
Yep. The only other thing I can see right now, looking at my subscriptions page, is there's a premiere 7 Central for the Antique Nomad.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
And of course, at 7 p.m. is Storage Legends with their auction.
Yeah, I don't go there either.
I don't either.
What was that one? Antique Nomads? What do they do?
He travels around and he does he collects. There are some things he collects, other things he buys. He's a reseller. He goes down to Florida quite a bit. He's interesting. I've watched several things that he does.
The Antique Nomad?
Yep.
Lanky fella?
Yeah.
Okay, I got the right one then. I'll check him out. I'll subscribe to him and then check him out.
I'll say I can always put his link in the
Nope, I got it. I mean, you put it in
chat.
in case anybody else wants to check it out, but I found him. I'm supposed to be working on curtains, Wes, but I just can't get motivated. It's so hot here right now. So I have a feeling I'm going to do that later this evening after it cools off. I need to do that, and I need to unearth my bead cabinet because I've got a couple things I need from it. That Celtic knot amulet bag that I was working on.
Yes.
I got that side finished, and the supplies to do the other side, which is an entirely different design. It's actually a replication of an old painting of a crystal ball raider.
Uh-huh.
I need to get my book and the beads that I've got set aside, the Delica beads. And then I've got one of those round trays that stacks, and there's all these pockets that's already loaded with all the beads. So I need to grab that out of the cabinet so I can
I'm
start on the
double
other side.
checking. I don't see. Oh, Shamrock Pixie
Oh, is she on?
at 8 o'clock tonight.
Probably her mental health live.
Yep.
Looks like Vermont Paint is live. Donatella. And one of the channels that I watch, Monkeys, those are the only ones that are live right now. Looks like Nana and Victoria are going to have another auction. Be 3 p.m. Central on the 10th. They put a thumbnail up for that. I missed the unboxing this morning on Big Barn. Slept through that. Looks like Julie and them are going to have an auction on the 13th at 7. It's an all silver auction. So everything's sterling.
Yeah, so that's what I've got there that I can find for tonight. That is all that I have for this evening so far. Oh, and then I did find another for tonight. Jason over at Thrift Trader Auctions.
Oh, yeah.
Auction tonight at 8:30.
Yeah, I'm not even seeing a notification on that. And I'm subbed to him. I've only made it there once or twice, but something else ends up being on at the same time that has more appeal to me. So I haven't sat through one of his auctions in, oh God, well, since pre-COVID. Trying to look around my cat.
See, I don't have Carol's Chaos. I
Horizon
try to
Picks.
keep people subbed, even if I don't get to them, and watch their things. I try to go ahead and sub to them. That way they have,
Yeah,
a sub.
yeah, I help people. I help people with that. I wait until they're, healthily past their milestone. And if I haven't watched them at that point, then I unsub because it gets too confusing trying to find who I do want to watch
Yeah.
in my little list. Well, it ain't little anymore. It's huge. It just gets too hard to find who I'm looking for when I go through my list. So looks like Horizon Picks is having one on the 17th.
So I'm only putting down for today only.
Yeah, I just realized it was 17th after I already started talking.
Oh, looks like Scooter Renee's having one this evening.
It amazes me the random stuff that shows up on your homepage on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
I mean, some of the stuff's just weird.
And then this one next. This one is Scooter Renee. So
Cool. Well, I gotta get back over here. I'm squirreling.
yeah, it went down that hole. I know it happens.
Yep, plop down a rabbit hole.
But I just want to get it out there. There are some things going on this evening.
It's not as busy as night as some of them are, but there is places to go.
There's some going on tomorrow.
Oh yeah, there's something going on pretty much every day.
But that's what's going on this evening that I have. So I'm rechecking. I don't think I missed any. So but I am double checking real quick.
Mm-hmm.
For today / tonight.
Right now I'm scanning my email, getting rid of garbage. There's stuff that I'm sub to that, it's handy every once in a while, but it's not something that, like follow incessantly, like catalogs, like I don't buy vitamins every day of the week, I buy vitamins a few times a year and I buy bulk. And, I always wait for a discount code. But,
Yeah.
if I'm not buying, then, I don't really need to look because, don't have a list long enough yet to justify a purchase. I always try to buy enough that, I get free shipping or whatever.
Yes.
So I buy, year supply of this or a year supply of that or 6 months supply of this or, few posts in my dog group. Really of interest though.
Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Yeah, you're not the only one, Papa. But I'm just trying to help out the channels by putting their info out there.
Dropping a plug for them.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, I don't have much to spend, so I can relate, Ray. The other day I got 4 squash blossom necklaces and dropped, a fair hunk for that. And that I've still got a little bit I can work with, but that's mainly for Tupperware. So.
But that's what I got, gang. If anybody else has anything that I don't, feel free to drop it in case somebody comes by.
Vintagerous. I haven't heard of that. Who's that? Looks like it might have some interesting stuff.
Like I said, I bounce around all over the place. You never know where I'm at. I mean, shoot. I get stuck in a rabbit hole. I'll be sitting there listening to Reddit.
Yeah, you find channels that I've never heard of.
I listen to people talk about crazy Karens and laugh. Oh my God, I laugh.
Yeah, what exactly is that? Is there something wrong with the name Karen, or is that just like a nickname that they've given class people?
It's the name they have given any person, any female who throws a hissy fit and says, I want to see your manager. Do you know who I am? Rah, 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 rah. Give me your
Oh.
manager.
Blathering women is what I call them.
Yeah, blithering idiot women.
Oh, they blather on and start a ruckus and,
Yes,
you know,
those.
act far more important than they are.
Yes.
And usually their clothing and their attitude is a good indicator that, yeah, they're just a dumb hillbilly or something.
Those are
No
Karens.
offense, but, yeah, I don't have the
They're
patience for that.
pretentious, self-righteous, hypocritical. Yes.
Narcissistic, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there
lived with
are
one of
male
those.
Karens too. Those are Kens.
Yeah. So they call them Karens now, huh? I didn't know that. Interesting. Oh, I'm sure there is, Jay. You know, there is in every crowd. You know, whether they got girls or twigs and berries, it don't matter. I've been at physical auctions where, you know, a Karen would kick in, male or female, and start raising a ruckus, and usually end up just getting escorted out the door. Don't let it
Oh,
hit
I've
you on
seen
the way
them
out.
come into stores and restaurants, gas stations, just like they do. I've watched the videos and I've seen them come on the videos, and I'm like, man, I've seen that happen in real life. The ones that come in, but the ones that actually attack people's cars, I had never seen that until I seen that on TV, on the YouTube videos. And I'm like, dude, why are you messing with people when they're in their car?
Pretty much none of that phases me anymore. I watched Live PD. That kind of covers the gamut on stupid.
I mean, I used to watch Cops back in the day, but
Yeah, I watched some of that too. But yeah, you watch enough of that stuff, and my God, there are just some really stupid people out there.
I still like to watch Parking Wars every now and again on YouTube because I used to watch
I've
it on
watched that
TV.
a few times.
Because
People
I'm
get all
like, man,
pissy when they
people
boot
are
your
idiots.
vehicle, or whatever they call that when they lock down your wheels so they won't work.
Yeah, they put the boot on it.
Boot. Yeah, I thought it was called booting, but like I said, it's been a while. They could have completely changed the name. You know, with the way thing is nowadays, just suddenly they'll randomly change the name of something. You know,
Oh yeah.
and then you're like, you know, what the fuck? God forbid that you should call it what it's been being called for decades. You know, even centuries. No, we have to change it up. We're the new generation. We want to change everything up.
Oh man. There's one that Tim watches, Papa. There's a guy that goes around and he pretends to be the female Karen, and he is hilarious.
If they're that good at it, you know, walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's probably a duck.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. I mean, he does comic skits out of it. That's the way it is. It's a comical skit. But he
That could be
pretends to
fun.
be he dresses up and pretends to be a woman and does the Karen skit, wears a wig the whole night. But he's still got his facial hair, and it's hilarious. I love it when the guys still have their facial hair and they dress up and they act like the woman. I'm like, no, that's funny.
That could be hilarious. I just share that link with me. If nothing else, just for some good comic relief.
I live the cops show by volunteering with my local police department. No, I'll pass on that.
Yeah,
Hard
ditto.
pass. I got
I
enough
respect
drama.
them. I respect officers no end.
Yep.
Unless they get stupid. And that's when, you know, yeah, it's game on. And in every department, there's always one of those. It just seems like it don't matter where you go. Every department, there's always one of those. You know, they're just all puffing their chest out and thinking they're in on a stick, and you know they've just like started. They're green, you know, and like, hey, dumbass, no offense, but, so you're a cop. I respect the badge, but I don't necessarily have to respect you, the one wearing it, because you're being a jackass. And I just tell it like it is. And either they puff their chest out more and get pissy, or they don't. Tell you this, no tickets since I was 18. And I've dealt with officers before. I grew up around them, And, yeah, they're just people.
Yeah.
I respect the badge.
I had a few that I was good friends with.
Yeah.
About them, but
I've
never had any trouble or incidents or anything like that.
It was nothing to walk up to my dad's shop when he had it downtown. Walk in there after school, and there's like a half a dozen FBI agents piled up around a lockbox that they found that they need opened. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was my life growing up. It was nothing to walk into the shop and, have a half a dozen cops standing around yakking it up. And, I'm like, is there a reason? Or, did they confuse you with the donut shop or what? And I would say it out loud and they just look at me and start laughing. And there was always one in that crowd that's like, who are you? I'm their daughter. Just got out of school. I belong here. So, don't go all copy on me. I would say that and they just look at me and bust out laughing. It's be some newbie that they drug with them, of a batch of cops that dropped in fairly regular, to say hi or, whatever. And they'd have a newbie with them and, one of those, oh, I'll go along with you, And, it's like, and you're here for, I'm their daughter, just got out of school, walked over, I belong here, how about you? And they would just look at me and bust out laughing. Or they'd, go all blah, 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 and the whole rest of the guys would bust out laughing at the newbie.
Oh, that's a full-time job there, Papa. Too many assholes do that.
Oh, yeah. Sis got reamed, I think it was a week before last. Some dude went off on her because she parked in handicap and was able to walk out of her vehicle or whatever. Went in the store. I guess he wanted the spot, and she got there first. And went all pissy on her, and she was kind of freaked out by it because apparently the dude was, a pretty good-sized dude, and he was walking too, so, it's not like it was a wheelchair van or something. And he was all pissy because she didn't have a placard. And she didn't know what to tell him. Finally, he just kept blathering. It was at the little mom-and-pop drugstore. He just kept blathering, following her around, It's like, dude, did you look at the back of the car?
Mel Karen.
And he was like, no. And she was like, well, if you would have, you'd see a handicap tag, not a temporary placard. So shut up and get out of my face. And he just kind of curled his head down and slinked away like a rat. It's like, you blathering dumb son of a bitch. Have you bothered to look? You supposedly know all about this. Did you bother to look? No.
That would be the Mel Karen.
Yeah. It was crazy. Well, next time it pops up, just, let me know, Tim. Appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, the dude was just following her around, nagging her, like she wasn't supposed to park there. And, Sis is pretty timid, but this guy really pissed her off, and she did. She just turned around and said, did you bother to look at the back of the car? No. Well, if you would have found a handicap tag. So quit blathering on, following me around and being a jackass about some placard, because, I own the vehicle, so it's tagged handicap. Don't need the placard. Do your homework before you stalk women, And, yeah, he slinked off, but, it takes quite a bit to get Sis in that mode. She's not normally like that. She's very timid, and people run over her real regular. But, yeah, he pissed her off and was kind of creeping her out, but apparently getting pissed was more prominent than the creep out. Ooh, yeah, what you fixing?
Really? Really?
Hello, sweetheart.
I leave and y'all turn your cameras on. Really?
Well, that's because I got up and changed my shirt, wet my hair down, and put aloe gel in it.
Uh-huh.
So now
Fuck
it's
y'all.
time to go ahead.
I started feeling better. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Y'all a bunch of assholes. What y'all are. Fucking shit.
No, I go whole ass.
Shit. I don't
You'd
even
have
know
to
how
do a
long
lot of
I've been
flag
gone.
digging to find my asshole. So
How long was I gone? I'm not digging nowhere near
It's
your asshole.
6:30. So it's
Huh.
7:30 your time.
Wow, that was a really long nap, wasn't it?
at least you had a nice nap.
No, I didn't. I love my life.
Whatever. I hear echo. Echo, echo.
I am not in my normal spot. My acoustics may be altered.
Chicken Alfredo. I like that. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it
Buttery
is.
cream
Hi,
sauce.
Tim. Hi, Papa Smurf.
I'm thinking I want breakfast food for supper. I'm thinking like biscuits and gravy and some sausage links and maybe a scrambled egg. I don't know. Might end up just being one of the boiled eggs out of the fridge because I don't know if I'm up to scrambling eggs too. We'll see. Pushing through on
nosy
stuff. My
Nelly.
injection is worn off, so.
Sit. Lay down. She all looking out the window at that puppy again.
Jay
She
says,
literally
"Welcome
just
back, Cody."
She literally just did that like neck thing, like when people are looking at something, they're like, "What?" My dog just did that. I'm like, seriously? My animals are really fucked up.
Well, it ain't like homemade gravy, Tim, and it ain't homemade biscuits. I can't make a biscuit. I make hockey pucks. So
Oh,
I buy biscuits
I've
in
made
a tube.
I've made the whole thing homemade before. I looked up a recipe for sausage gravy,
I've
and I
made
modified
sausage
it.
gravy before, but
And I modified it so it wasn't so peppery because I can't stand that. And I made the biscuits from scratch, and I made the sausage gravy, and it took fucking forever.
I
And
cannot make biscuits or pie crust.
I was
I
like,
just
John was like, "Oh my god, this is so good! You need to make this again." And I'm like, "Fuck you, make it yourself."
yeah,
I have no problem making the gravy. I have the issue with making the biscuit. Unless I'm just
can't.
making drop biscuit. If you want drop biscuits, not a problem.
Yeah, I can do a
But-
drop biscuit, but a biscuit, I can't. I cannot not over knead it, the dough. So when I do pie crusts, I end up with like turf, and if I do biscuits, I end up with hockey pucks. I just buy pre-made. I don't even bother.
Yeah, I mean, I can do it. I've done it from scratch, pie crust and
I've
all
tried.
that. But my mom is the big cheat. She used to get the Jiffy pie crust mix
Mm-hmm.
in the little boxes,
Mm-hmm.
and she used to make that.
Yep, great stuff.
Because I told her one day, I was like, because I remember her making pies and all this, and I remember helping. Like she used to take, like, when she trimmed the edges of the pies, there'd be so much pie, crust left that we'd make like an apple turnover or some kind of turnover or something.
Yeah, little treats out of the scraps. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, Mom, it took me forever to make pie dough. She goes, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Well, you know how you make pie dough." And she goes, "No, I use Jiffy." And I'm like, "You cheating bitch." I was like, seriously? She was like, "Yeah, did you think I really made that from scratch all the time?" I'm like, "Yes." She goes, "Oh, no, the only thing I make from scratch are my cakes and cookies and stuff." I'm like,
Yeah, I've done all of that homemade too, and I don't know. Pillsbury mix is so much easier.
"It is." What's funny is
you buy the classic, like Pillsbury or Duncan Hines cake mix, and you add a packet of Jello to it, and or
no,
pudding.
I
Pudding.
make, I'll use a box cake mix if I need something quick, but if I want to make like a special cake that's supposed to really mean something, I try and make that from scratch.
Oh yeah, and I've done that. But if I'm just, to eat on,
And you can't have no icing out of a freaking tube after that either. You got to make the confectionate sugar icing.
yeah, or buttercream,
Yep.
or cream cheese. I've done all those.
Yeah.
I worked in a cake and candy supply store. I learned how to do a lot of stuff while I was there. I've made candies from scratch. I've done baking, all of that, and
I lived with
I
my
just can't be on
mother.
my feet like that anymore.
I lived with my mother. That was all the training I had. But
Yeah.
she
Well,
she
mom
went.
never made from scratch. She always bought a mix, so
Well, my
I was
mom
ahead of
went
her on
to
that.
my mom went to a Wil. She took a Wilton cake decorating class that
Yeah,
was held at a local college when she was younger.
yeah.
I don't know
I know
why
about
she never
those.
went in. I don't know why she didn't go into it professionally. The woman was fucking amazing.
My mom was
And
a cake decorator at the grocery store.
yeah,
Yeah, I've decorated
Timmy,
cakes
you
and stuff.
cannot go
I've got
play
all
with the
the kiddos
puppy.
shit.
Sydney wants to
Yeah.
go play with a puppy.
She does. She wants to go play with the puppy. She was just whining and wagging her tail, staring out the window.
Aww.
Like she's not whining, but like, like that playful. I want to go play. Yeah. Now she's pouting because she cannot go play with the puppy.
Poor Sammy.
Aw.
She needs
She's looking
extra
at me
love.
like she giving me that like big sad puppy dog eye and like wagging her tail like, please, mommy.
Oh, I know that look.
No,
too.
you can't go play with the puppy.
I know that look.
You stay where you were. What are you over here for? I don't need you over here. Freaky dog.
Oh,
I'll be right back. I gotta do an unload reload.
okay.
Now she's all, play with me, give me attention.
I just need to shift. Oh, reposition.
All right, you've had your attention. Go lay down. Yes, I love you too. Go on. I love you. Be gone. I have acknowledged your existence. Off with you.
Not enough, Mom. Gee willikers.
Yeah. Because she never gets any attention.
No.
She's so neglected, this dog,
Yes,
I'm
she
telling
is.
you.
No loves. No loves.
I just stuck my finger out at her and I was like, you! And she's licking my finger.
Too funny.
No, go ball. I didn't tell you to come back over here.
Sure you did.
No, I did not. Don't you encourage her.
Sammy, give Mommy all kinds of kisses.
Yeah, she's ignoring you. She's like,
Yeah. Mommy needs all kinds of love.
I'm ignoring you, strange voice.
Sammy.
Nope, nothing.
Sim.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
She's looking in the opposite direction of my laptop. Goofball. She really doesn't. I mean, it's good in a way because a lot of videos or things that I'm watching have noises or barking or whatever.
Yeah.
And she doesn't pay any attention to any of it. The cats actually pay more attention to it than she does. So I have to mute for a moment.
You do that. And my 7-Up is almost gone. Nope. I got tea over here. But thank you. Oh, heavens, what a day. Now then, I did post all the links that I have for things that are going on this evening. If anybody wanted to pop over and visit those places this evening. So I don't know that I'll be on much longer. I'm starting to get a little sleepy. Mostly because I'm getting hungry. You know how sleep and food work together. Blaze has been busy playing over here, playing Fortnite, and then this other game that he plays.
Rec room. I'm standing on top of a basketball hoop. What? Oh, come here.
Every now and then, Kevin will pop in and type in boobies just to let us know he's still around. Kristen left us way back when in order to make dinner. She was fixing
I made
Polish sausage, I believe it was, and mac and cheese.
read it.
I was like, ooh, that sounded good. Of course, anything Tanya somebody says mac and cheese, I'm all about that. So
Somebody throw my bowl. Here's the bowl.
oh, and if anybody likes the cook Alton Brown from Good Eats or Iron Chef America, he's on currently on YouTube doing his quarantine kitchen with his wife Elizabeth. He's hilarious, by the way. He gets to do all the cussing and swearing that he doesn't get to do on his Food Network or Cooking Channel shows.
316, let's go. Oh.
And gets to be the asshole that he's normally not on his TV shows that he can be on YouTube. Love Alton Brown. His wife is beautiful, in my opinion. Sorry, got distracted. Got distracted by my grandson. Oh, I do too.
That's 316, let's go.
I started watching his stuff here on YouTube. I stumbled onto it actually by accident when the quarantines all started. Not a problem, Willow. You and your breathing treatments, honey. But yeah, I stumbled onto it. I was skimming through YouTube and I seen Dinner with the Browns. And I'm like, oh my God, it's live and it's Alton Brown. And I'm like, cool. So I sat and I watched it. And then the next thing I know, I see like the following Tuesday. Right? So glamorous. I see Quarantine Kitchen. You betcha, honey. Fabulous. So
You betcha. I'm almost done with what I'm doing. I have another trash pile monster to deal with later.
uh-huh. But there for a while I was watching them religiously, watching Alton Brown and his wife on Tuesday nights. I didn't care whatever else was on Tuesday nights. I watched Alton. I didn't care what auction was on, who was doing a live, who was doing what. Didn't matter. Didn't care.
Marty is sitting on my stuff looking at me going, hello, feed the cat. I'll be right back again.
Marty. I love the Marty. She's like me. I will pay attention to you when I'm ready. Until then, don't touch.
Did you just say you love the Marty?
Uh-huh.
I will send her to you. Yes, squeaks a lot. I'm feeding you. Jeez.
I'm closer than Wendy is.
I know. Ugh. And she acts like she's starving to death. I get the food on the floor, she takes 2 bites and walks away.
I know. I don't know, man. Sissy Plus has been the only cat for so long. I don't know how to react with another one.
Well, her ass needs to learn to share. Ooh, I'm all washed out.
Ooh, you're orange.
Man, oh, bad luck for me. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's much better. I'd rather have floating head Cody than Oompa Loompa. That's bad.
Yeah. People might think I'm a Trump fan.
And we all know that's not true.
Yeah, right. Oh, don't you know, darling? I have lunch with him every day.
Oh gosh. But no, I said we've been here just talking about all kinds of weird shit. We've talked about medical and pets and we didn't get gross medical. There was none of the other stuff that grosses you out. Medical was about pets. It was medical pet, not medical human.
Good. Gotcha. Pets I can deal with. I've had to patch back together a lot of pets. Animal medical stuff I can deal with all day long. Human medical stuff is like,
I need to clean 2 snake tanks.
Ew. Yuck. Yucky.
I have sheds and poo and dumped over water bowls.
Snakes are so rowdy.
And one of them is a moody boy and huffed. So you have to open up his and you have to let him do his thing. And then you can touch him,
Marty. Sorry, she's trying to bury the bowl again.
Again, Marty, stop, hon. Shish.
I'll whack you with a stick. And then she goes back to eating.
Yeah, it's a ritual.
Well, she needs to change her habits. Break the habit, Marty. Just say no.
She's got to mess with you. That's part of the ritual.
She does. And as soon as I grab the grabber, she hears it. She, poof, right under the bed.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll put it down and she'll...
I said it's part of the ritual. She's got to futch with you.
Wish she didn't like that, did you? Got her tail. No, we didn't hurt her.
No.
I would not hurt the cat. I have tapped her with this. She doesn't like it. The other one, I tap her and she looks at me like, What the fuck are you think you're doing with that?
I've tapped mine with my cane, and she looks at me going, "Bitch, what the fuck?"
Oh, that was
But it's funny because John used to run every time I grabbed a stick too. And Marty is his cat, and she takes off when I grab the grabber.
Uh-huh.
And if someone hit me with a stick, I'd look at them and go, "You better kill me with that now." Haha, bitch, I never put it down. Fake out. Haha. Nobody asked you. Rogue.
Rogue.
Oh, shush, Simi.
Well, she's gonna put her 2 cents in.
This is not 101 Dalmatians. It's not the dog Grapevine. Shush.
Are you sure about this?
Yes. The symptoms. Like,
Simi. I know she's ignoring. Simi, did you ever get water?
nothing. Did a good girl? Did a good girl?
I hear her tail beating the box.
And she did, but now they're out. And I put in a request for some a little while ago, but I said before he leaves. So he saw it. So he did see it. Because I asked him for some bottles of water in here too. Because I think I only have 2 of this. I mean, and they're small. They're like little.
Yeah.
So I asked him for a few more bottles of water, and asked him to bring the beast some water before he leaves. Because I don't know what time he's leaving. He said he didn't know.
Yeah, because they can drink the tap water. You
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. So. Yep.
Listen. I haven't tried, but I still haven't seen where that ups number
Mm.
has been working.
It might be that maybe their site's down or something. Like maybe their tracking system is fucked up. Bye, Papa Smurf. Have a great day.
See you later, Papa. Have a good night, hon. Much love, dear.
Amy can't find the receipt for the tracking number from my package. She's like, "I swear, if it comes back here, I'm sending it return to sender if I did the addresses wrong again." I'm like, that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Although I'll probably get nailed for a shipping charge. But because she said she sent it at the same time, it's on the same receipt as somebody else's, and they received theirs.
Huh.
I haven't gotten mine. Really, you went all the way up on top of the bookcase in order to
Of course.
and then came all the way down just to mess with the bowl,
To
and now
make
she's back
you
up on top of
ask
the bookcase.
questions.
Man, this cat has ADHD.
It's all a ruse. It's all to mess with you.
It is.
It's part of the plan and the program. How can we fuck with her today?
It is. It absolutely is. Because she was up on top of the bookcase with Onyx, and she jumped down, came all the way over here, messed with the bowl, until I moved my table, and then she took off, messed with the dog, and now she's back up on the bookcase.
Uh-huh.
You need a new hobby.
I say it's what they do. They gotta fuck with mom.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my doctor's office, although their phone lines were horrible today. They were all like, I'm like, what? I couldn't understand half of what she was saying. She had to keep repeating it and saying it really slow.
Yeah.
because everything was distorted. And I told her, I was like, I don't know if I'm the only one that's having this problem. I said, I was on the phone right before I called you and my phone line was clear, so it's not my phone. I was like, but you might want to have somebody in the office use their cell phone to call your office phone and see if it's doing that for them. And she's like, well, I haven't heard anything else from anybody. Da, da, da. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's just a glitch. I don't know. But I mean, their recording, everything was like that. But they are calling my script in, which is good. She's like, well, you need you need a 1 year checkup or something. I'm like, great, I have to try and get out of the house. I told her it's almost impossible for me to be able to get anywhere, but she goes, oh, and you need to do blood work. We haven't seen you in a year. I'm like,
Yep.
and I got to go somewhere else for the blood work. So I'm like, really? But she did give me 3 months to do it. I have 3 months prescription. I just have to get. Try and get
I'm still
everything.
getting an error on that number.
Yeah, see, it's messed up. So I asked her, she's like, well, we can do it. She goes, I'm going to put in for a 3 month prescription. That's all we can do for you until you make an appointment. I'm like, okay, that'll work. I was like, is it going to be like the 2 months at a time type of prescription? I was like, because that's what he did before. And she goes, I said, I'm not getting all 3 months at once. Am I? And I thought she said yes. And I was like, because I can't afford that. I mean, if 2 months is $65,
Yeah.
you know, and she's like, no, I can fix it. I'm like, okay. So I don't know if it's going to be a 2 month prescription. I don't know what it's going to be until I call the pharmacy tomorrow. And it better have gotten called in because I don't want to have to call that office again. Although I did actually get her immediately. I didn't have to leave my phone number and have her call me back. That was nice. She answered the phone. And I was like, oh, a person. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting that. She started laughing.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Come back.
I had to call my mom to ask her what the name of the doctor was. I forgot. I was like, Mom, what's the name of our doctor? Because when I started going over there, I ended up with the same doctor as my mother. And in my phone book, I just had the name of the whole practice, you know.
Yeah.
I forgot to put the doctor's name in there. I fixed that on my new phone. I have his name in there too, so I won't forget who I'm supposed to be trying to reach.
Smart.
Oh, I don't like this guy. I mean, he's got a 2.5-star rating on the hospital website.
Woo.
Yeah, it's not good. This is the one that didn't want to help John. He didn't want to do anything for John, and John almost lost his ability to walk because of it. So,
Yeah, it's still telling me that tracking number is not right. And I've changed it, etc., etc.
yeah.
Fiddle, fart around.
Well, you said it's supposed to be here tomorrow, right?
According to what Tim said.
Okay. Well, if it doesn't come tomorrow, you might have to actually, like, call UPS, maybe?
Yep, I've got the phone number.
I need to roll cigarettes before it gets too dark in here. I have rolled cigarettes in the dark. It is not fun. I do not like it. I have to use my phone to be able to see the tobacco so I can get all the stems and stuff out of it. That's a pain in the ass.
Let me shut this. The little lights are bright on that loop now.
No, Aspen. I have help.
Well, ladies, we only got one in the Raptors, and it's hard telling. It might be Tim. So I'm just going to say good night to whomever's there. And I'm going to go ahead and call it at 3.5 hours. Love
Sounds like a
y'all.
plan.
Bye, everybody.
See